will receive, and we will have to wait till after the opening kickoff till the offensive unit gets on the field to see whether it will be Ron Jaworski or James Harris. Harris, in pregame practice, throwing very easily, but did not have too much zip on the ball. And that might be of quite a bit of great concern to head coach Chuck Knox. We have one other score for you in the first quarter. Colorado leads Texas by a score of 7-0. Now, as we start today on a great afternoon for football, right now the breeze has come up, and as Dick said before, it could be a factor in this game this afternoon. The breeze out of the west, blowing all of the haze and fog, smog, whatever you might want to call it, off to our right, to the east. And right now we're getting ready, sudden death. The first game of the playoffs, the Rams and the St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Bakken has it teed up, and for the play, here's Dick Enberg.
Thank you, Don. Good afternoon, everyone. You can feel the electricity as Bakken tees it up. He was drafted by the Rams a few years ago. He approaches the ball, and with it, end over end, it spins down to Willie McGee. No, it's Jesse at the 5, 10. Ron Jesse, 15, 20, tries to get outside, but he's dumped to the 21-yard line. So immediately, Chuck Knox sends in someone he has not used all year. Ron Jesse, the wide receiver who performed that role as a Detroit Lion, came down to the left side, and it's Ron Jaworski who will be the quarterback as James Harris has the sore arm. Jesse returned to the 21, and it's a first down for the Rams at that point. Here they come out of the huddle. Ritz all over the ball. Jaworski, who led the Rams to wins over Green Bay and Pittsburgh the last 2 weeks of the season, has Lawrence McCutcheon and Cullen Bryant with him in the backfield. Jesse left and Jackson right. The tight end, Terry Nelson, on the left side. They gave us to McCutcheon up the middle. He's got 5 yards. He's got 7. He's got 9. With a key block, McCutcheon down at the 29-yard line. Give him 8 yards on that first down carry at 2nd and 2 as Cullen Bryant comes out. And in with a new play is Rob Scribner. Clarence Duran, the free safety from the University of California, made that tackle. Good hole for McCutcheon. Both Jesse and Jackson deployed to the right side this time. Jesse in the slot. Nelson anchors down the left side of the line. The backs are in an eye. Scribner with McCutcheon at tailback. That's another new wrinkle used by the Rams. McCutcheon normally at fullback. It's Jaworski handing off to McCutcheon up the middle. He's to the 30, gets outside for a moment and hustles to the 34. He has the first down of the game. Ron Jankowski, defensive right end from Kansas State. He was a teammate of Mac Heron with the Wildcats in Manhattan, Kansas. Made that tackle. It is Bell, Davis, Rowe, and Jankowski, the front four. This is the kind of defense that does not provide a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It's a flexing sort of defense. They have only 24 sacks this year. They play in control. They'll give you the short yard, try to protect against the big bomb. On first down, it's Jaworski to McCutcheon. He's hit hard right at the line of scrimmage, fights forward for a yard to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's going to be kind of interesting this afternoon. Of course, everybody has read, they have heard about the great offensive unit that the St. Louis Cardinals have. But right here, here's a place, this is where on the defense, they were 10th in defense, 5th against the rush, and 13th against the pass. Of course, right now, Jaworski, if he does put the ball in the air, will be throwing into a little breeze.
It's unpredictable, too. Sometimes it'll be cross field, sometimes directly into Jaworski's face. He pitches to McCutcheon, sweeping right at the 35, gets a block at the 40, and he's down at the 41. Good sweep, the first sweep of the day by the Rams, and it was John Williams, the right tackle of Minnesota, through the key block. Pete Barnes of Southern University. Interestingly, both right side linebackers today, Barnes of the Cardinals and Isaiah Robertson of the Rams, from Southern University in Baton Rouge. It is a 3rd down and a short 3. Ball just across the 40-yard line. Rams moving right to left toward the closed end of Coliseum. 2.5 minutes gone, first quarter. Jesse right, Jackson left, tight end Nelson on the right side. Cullen Bryant at left halfback. McCutcheon lines up directly behind Jaworski at fullback. Jaworski's going to throw for the first time. He's back, he looks, he throws, complete at the 48 to the 50. Cullen Bryant still on his feet. He's to the St. Louis 47-yard line. With a little short hook around the left side was wide open. Barnes and Stallings and Duran teamed up to make the tackle of the bull-like Bryant. and it's a first down in Cardinal territory at the St. Louis 47-yard line. Good throw by Jaworski. Out of the huddle they come. Jesse to the right side with Nelson lined up right and Jackson split left. The give is to McCutcheon sweeping left at the 50. Cuts back at the 45. He's to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down. Pete Barnes made another tackle. He's a 240-pounder. Tom Mack and Rob Scribner with the key blocks.
Rams football is brought to you by your Chevron Standard man, who reminds you that the #1 cause of highway breakdowns is battery or electrical failure. So don't gamble. Have your battery checked free at your Standard station or Chevron dealer. Car care the Chevron way is the economy way.
McCutcheon fought near the 41-yard line, so it's second down and 4 for the Rams. Jackson left, Jesse right. Jaworski has thrown only once. Looks over that St. Louis white jersey defense, gives to McCutcheon sweeping to the left. He's at the 45, he's at the 40, he's to the sidelines and out of bounds at the 37-yard line, close to a first down. Barnes made still another tackle for St. Louis. He's been busy. Cullen Bryant with the block. McCutcheon had to give a little more ground as he bellied in his own backfield to get around some penetration, and then used his speed to get to the sidelines where it is very close to a first down. The referee, Dick Jorgensen, sights across the way, and he's asked the chain gang to traverse the field and make the measurement in front of the Rams coaching staff. And as we look down on the sidelines of the Rams, there's a couple of figures that, while they're excited for their teammates, have to be filled with mixed emotions. One is Bob Klein leaning on a pair of crutches, and another Jim Bertelson on still another pair of crutches, unable to play today. But they're along with the fans cheering a first down, indicated by the referee.
And, Dick, the Rams, it has been McCutcheon carrying the ball all the time so far. 6 carries for 29 yards. And, boy, you were just wondering and hoping that he had a chance to come back and play this afternoon after missing that Pittsburgh game.
It's been an impressive drive thus far that started after the opening kickoff was taken to the Ram 21. It's now first down at the St. Louis 37. Jackson left and Jesse right. The backs are well split. Jaworski might be throwing on first down. He uses a long count, and he gives to McCutcheon sweeping left at the 40. Gets a block. 35, 30. Sideline, 25-yard line. Another first down. Pete Barnes making his 7th tackle. 7 tackles already for Barnes, but that's a good sign for the Rams because they're getting penetration, and McCutcheon got a great block on the corner, and around he went. Rob Scribner was the man who threw that block. He was pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. First down. McCutcheon gets 11 more. End of the first quarter in the Bluebonnet Bowl. In the Astrodome, it's Colorado 7, Texas nothing. Here, no score. 4 minutes gone. First quarter. Both Jesse and Jackson to the left side. Backs are in an eye. Bryant at the tailback. McCutcheon at fullback. It is Bryant off right tackle. 25, 20. Still on his feet to the 18-yard line. Cullen Bryant ripping off his own right side is close to another first down. Ron Jankowski, the end, and Clarence Duran, the free safety, made the tackle at the 18. But that's 8 yards on first down, and the Rams running game looking very polished on this first drive, and that's exactly what Coach Chuck Knox wanted to do. Offensively control the ball. Jesse right, Jackson left, but still no score as the Cardinals dig in defensively. Jaworski looks left and right as he barks him out. Another long count. He spins, gives to Scribner up the middle. He dives to the 15-yard line, and that'll be good for a first down. Scribner behind the wedge blocking of Stahl, Mack, Chabelli, Williams, and Cowan. Rowe and Davis, the 2 defensive tackles of St. Louis, made the stop at the 15. First down, Los Angeles.
I think a little while ago you were talking about a couple of formations, a couple of players in different positions that we haven't seen before. You've got to feel and know that Chuck Knox is going to pull out every trick he can right here. He can't save it for next week. You got to win one game at a time.
On first down, the give is to McCutcheon off left tackle. 14, breaks a tackle at the 10, and he hits to the 8-yard line. They had him stopped for a 1-yard gain, and McCutcheon ran right through linebacker Pete Barnes, and finally Roger Worley pinned him at the 8-yard line. A gain of 7 for McCutcheon. Saul and Bryant through the blocks, and McCutcheon chewing up yardage in big chunks. 9:20 remaining first quarter, and the crowd chants, "Go, go, go!" They spot the ball at the 9-yard line, so make it second down and 4. 9 yards from a touchdown. Jaworski, as the crowd quiets, again uses a long count. Gives to McCutcheon off left tackle. He's at the 5-yard line. He may be inside the 5, and if he is, it's a first down. The linesman comes over to the spot, the ball right at the 5. Jankowski and Dern collaborated on the stop for the St. Louis Cardinals. And they look to the sidelines, and Jorgensen has it for the chain gang. It appears to be good enough for the first down from our location. Already, Lawrence McCutcheon in this first quarter, in 6 minutes of play, has carried the ball 9 times. 51 yards for McCutcheon on this drive. They stretch out the chain. It is first down, Los Angeles. Earlier in Pittsburgh, the Steelers had to fight off a gallant young Baltimore team, and finally, with a long fumble return of some 90 yards, beat Baltimore 28-10. So it'll be Pittsburgh against the winner of the Oakland-Cincinnati game tomorrow. The winner of this game will meet the victor in the Dallas-Minnesota game to be played tomorrow. First and goal. Ball is just inside the 5-yard line. Tight formation. Rams use the 2 tight ends, and that means Dennis Harris in there at 1. It is Jaworski on a keeper to the left at the 4. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Ron Jaworski keeps the ball himself, rolls around his own left end. He ran across the goal line, across the end line, and about 10 yards beyond the end line, raised his clenched fist triumphantly as the Rams go into the lead on a brilliant drive from their own 21-yard line. 79 yards, only one pass. As that offensive line did a fantastic job of opening hole after hole. Here's the try for point. Jaworski to hold for Tom Dempsey. Both lines now settle in position. Good to see John Capoletti in there at one of the blocking positions after he sat out last week's encounter. There's the snap, the ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And we have a timeout. 8:28 remaining in the first quarter. Rams 7, St. Louis nothing.
We'll show you.
I love to fly, but on a long flight, I like to get up and roam around.
On Continental Airlines, we'll give you our pub lounge to go to.
We'll show you.
I really enjoy talking to other passengers, but last time, the guy next to me slept the whole way. On Continental, you can meet lots of people in our pub.
We'll show you we really move our tail for you.
On Continental's comfortable, wide-body DC-10s, we'll show you the only coach pub in the sky, and at no extra cost. It's a great place to get up, move around, and meet people. So fly any other airline out, fly us back. We'll show you the difference.
To Houston, enjoy wide DC-10 screen entertainment along with the only coach pub in the sky. Call your travel agent or Continental for reservations.
On Continental Airlines, we'll show you. We really move our tail for you.
The Rams go 79 yards in 13 plays. 9 of the 13 plays were rushes by McCutcheon as he came up with 51 of the 79 yards. But it was Jaworski on a keeper around his own left side scoring from 5 yards out. Interestingly now, Ron Jaworski has 3 touchdowns, all rushing. He's still looking for his first pro touchdown pass. Dempsey to kick to the ever-dangerous Terry Metcalf with Gary Hammond lined up 5 yards in front of him as they stack it up. And there's the kick into the wind. High, and the wind cuts it down a bit. Metcalf on the wedge at the 11, 15, 20. A big hole. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47-yard line goes Terry Metcalf. He almost took it all away. Boy, that wedge opened up a big hole right up the middle, and Jim Peterson saved a touchdown as he caught Metcalf from the side at the St. Louis 46-yard line. Another key for the Rams today is the special team. St. Louis can break games open with a tremendous kick return. Mel Gray to the right side. To the left is Jackie Smith, the veteran tight end, and now they shift in. Smith comes in tight on the left side, and J.V. Kane and Gray to the right. The give is to Jim Otis. He runs off his own left side, gets only 2. Fred Dreyer and Cody Jones slashing in on Jim Otis, who is from Ohio State, drafted in the 9th round by New Orleans in 1970, struggled in his early years as a pro, gained 211, then traded to Kansas City, where he gained only 184, then 92, then to St. Louis, only 234 yards his first year, then 664 last year, and was the NFC rushing champion this year, 1,076. Teaming up with Terry Metcalf, perhaps the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. 2nd down and 8. Back to throw is Hart. He's got 5 in the pattern. He throws. Intercepted by Youngblood. 45-40, 35-30. Jack Youngblood, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown! Defensive end Jack Youngblood is being mobbed 25 yards from the end zone in the closed end of the Coliseum. That was a swing pass intended for Jim Otis. Jack Youngblood leaped high, speared the ball, a very tough catch. He was only about 8 yards from Hart, and then Youngblood, 245 pounds, rumbled down the left sideline, got a great block from Fred Dreyer, and the Rams have stunned the Cardinals 13-0. Jaworski in to try the point. Little innocent swing pass. A Cardinal very late getting on the field. They're just getting their 11th man on now. There's a snap. The ball is down, and the kick is up. The kick is good. A flag is down. We'll see if it's against St. Louis. Indication given that the Cardinals were offside, I believe. Still haven't given us that information. We're waiting for the signal. Now it's given offside, St. Louis. So the Rams with a timeout, 7:31 remaining in the first quarter. The score: Rams 14, St. Louis nothing.
It's about time, it's about time, it's about time for a new kind of American car.
It's time for the Chevette Scooter, a special 2-passenger hatchback version of Chevy's new Chevette. Twin bucket seats, roomy rear deck, overhead cam engine, 4-speed transmission, rack and pinion steering, at a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $29.49, including dealer new vehicle preparation charge and California emission certification. Destination charge, available equipment, state and local taxes are additional.
It's about time, it's about time, it's about time for a new kind of American car. It's about time for a new kind of car, and we got it. Chevette is a new kind of American car. It's a new kind of car, and we got it. Chevette is a new kind of American car.
That play again from Jack Youngblood's point of view, defensive left end. He kind of played it carefully on his own left side. Little swing pass, leaped up high, speared the ball, headed down the left sidelines. Fred Dreyer threw a great block around the 25, and Youngblood goes 47 yards for the touchdown. 14-0 Los Angeles. Dempsey to kick to Metcalf and company. He approaches the ball, hits it high. Boy, did he hit that one well against the wind. Metcalf all the way back to his 2. Out he comes. 5, 10, 15, leaps to the 20, hits outside of the 25. He's in the clear at the 35, the 40. One man to beat. 45, 50. Cuts back at the 40, hit from behind and dropped at the 34-yard line. Terrific Terry Metcalf. What a runner. Dennis Hara finally got Metcalf from the side as the Rams safety, I believe it was McGee, forced him inside. It was Monty Jackson, forced him to slow down, and Hara, hustling, caught him. But it's a 66-yard return for Terry Metcalf, and in a 14-0 game, Metcalf has shown already that this is a potent and very dangerous St. Louis team. Metcalf led the NFL in total yardage this year. In fact, established an NFL record with 2,464 yards total. All right, Jim Hart trying to get the Cardinals on the board. A quick pitch to Otis, sweeping right, gets a block at the 30. Fumbles the ball. The Rams have recovered. Dreyer has it. He's going to run with it. 35. He's hit at the 40. He's to the 41. The Rams have the ball again. Jim Otis took a quick toss from Hart, swept the right side. Jack Youngblood barreled into Otis. The ball popped free. Dreyer picked it up and returned it to the 41. So the two defensive ends, Youngblood and Dreyer, the Cardinals have had 3 offensive plays. The last 2, Youngblood intercepts, Dreyer blocks, Youngblood touchdown. Next play, Youngblood tackles, fumble, Dreyer recovers. Ball at the 41, Jaworski sets his line. 14-0 Rams in an incredible defensive performance in this first quarter by Los Angeles. The give is to McCutcheon off the right side in the clear at the 45. Cuts back at the 50. He's to the St. Louis 47 with a first down. Norm Thompson, the left corner, made the tackle. Cullen Bryant and John Williams with the blocks, and done. The St. Louis team has to be rocked back on its heels.
Dick, there's no question about that, and especially the way that the Rams' offensive line has been firing off of that ball. They have just been blocking superbly so far. They've opened the holes. The backs have hit them, especially McCutcheon, because he's done most of the ball carrying.
He's right near the 70-yard mark, and we're in the first quarter with 6.5 minutes left. Jaworski gives to McCutcheon, sweeping to the left. He's at the 50, straight arms, gets to the 48, and a flag goes down. And the Rams may be guilty of a hold. Roger Worley came up from right corner to make the tackle, and McCutcheon not as yet getting up. And the indication, the first penalty of the game goes against Los Angeles for holding. So the Rams, who had the first down in St. Louis territory at the 48-yard line, will taste a 10-yard mark off back into their own territory. Well, if you joined us late, the Rams scored immediately. They took the opening kickoff and marched 13 plays, 79 yards to score 7-0 on Jaworski's 5-yard keeper on his own left side. Then the Cardinals, Metcalf took the kickoff back outside his own 40, almost broke it all away. On the second play, little swing pass intended for Jim Otis was picked off by Jack Youngblood, and he sprinted 47 yards for a touchdown to make it 14-0. And then after Metcalf's 66-yard kickoff return on the ensuing kick, first play Otis fumbled when jarred by Youngblood, and now a reverse play to McCutcheon, sweeping right, gets a block at the 40, 45, 50. He's to the 44, 46-yard line of St. Louis. Quite a block by Joe Schiavelli as the Rams went to, well, it's the old Statue of Liberty play is what it amounts to, and it worked well.
Dick, not counting, well, we will count it right now, but in playoff games, now this does not count divisional championship games, I should say the championship game. Against Dallas a couple of years ago, McCutcheon was 13 carries for 48 yards. Against Washington last year, 26 for 71. He is now 11 for 74 here this afternoon.
74 yards for McCutcheon. He picked up 12 yards on that little reverse. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line. Toss to McCutcheon, sweep right. He's hit in the backfield this time and dropped for no gain. He stumbles forward to the line of scrimmage. The 46 is Bob Bell, defensive left end, 250-pounder from the University of Cincinnati, slashed through to make that good low tackle. Let's pause here for station identification. From Los Angeles, this is the Golden West Radio Network.
The UCLA Bruins take on the Ohio State Buckeyes right here on KMPC Los Angeles New Year's Day. Hi, I'm Jeff Edwards. I'm going to be doing my show prior to the game from the Rose Bowl, along with Robert W. Morgan and Pete Smith, with interviews from the crowd. So join us for all the action starting at 9 a.m.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Rams 14, St. Louis nothing. 3rd down and 8 from the 46 of St. Louis. Jaworski to throw. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Terry Nelson at the 36-yard line. He leaped high. Jaworski threw the ball as he was being hit down by Bob Rowe, the defensive tackle from Western Michigan. Duran on the coverage of the tight end Nelson. The Rams have been stopped, but the offense gets a hand. That's a rarity here at the Coliseum. They're giving the offense a hand. Usually it's the defenders who come off and get the nice warm reception to the sidelines. Second quarter Bluebonnet score, Colorado 14, Texas nothing. It is Dwayne Carroll who will punt for the Rams. His first attempt, he'll take the snap at his own 39, and you know who's back there to return, Terry Metcalf along with Gary Hammond. Metcalf on the near side, far side Hammond at the 10-yard line. 9 men will rush Carroll. Both lines are set. Veteran Bob DeMarco with a snap. It's on the money. Good protection. Carroll kicks it toward the near sidelines. It's a high kick short and comes out of bounds out around the 30-yard line on the near sideline. Let's see where they mark it. 28-yard line. So Carroll didn't get much on that punt. Dwayne averaged 39.4 on the regular season. We have a timeout. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Rams 14, St. Louis nothing. Bank of America offers the most complete combination of benefits for your savings. All you have to do is add it up. Choice of plans? Well, Bank of America offers 10 different savings plans to choose from. High interest. Bank of America pays the highest interest on savings offered by banks in California. Safety. When your money's in Bank of America, there's nothing to worry about. Your funds are protected by an agency of the federal government and further protected by the strength of California's largest bank. Convenience. Well, it's easier to save at Bank of America because there are more places to save. More than twice as many offices in the state as any other bank. So no matter where you go in California, on business or on a vacation, you can make a deposit or withdrawal. So add it up yourself. A wide choice of savings plans to choose from. High interest, unmatched safety, more convenience. It's the most complete combination of benefits you can get for your savings. And it's why more Californians depend on Bank of America for their savings than on any other bank. Member FDIC. From the Los Angeles Coliseum, Dick Enberg with Don Drysdale. First round of the NFC Playoffs, and the Los Angeles Rams have vaulted into an early 14-0 lead. We have 4:44 remaining first quarter. Cardinals own the football at their own 28-yard line. Jim Hart moves his backs in an eye. Otis at fullback and Metcalf at tailback. Here's a play-action fake, and Hart goes over the middle. Almost intercepted by Bill Simpson, and a flag is down. At the 40-yard line, the Rams may have been guilty of interference. But Bill Simpson, darting in front of the intended receiver, Jackie Smith, had his hands on the ball. And the Rams are all around that football, but they're guilty of interference on that pass, and it'll be an automatic first down at the 41-yard line. That was a tough call for the officials in that it appeared that the contact ball were right there, but Rams guilty of the interference, and it's a first down for St. Louis at their own 41-yard line. That may spark the birds. Mel Gray left, and Jackie Smith, tight end, is to the right. J.V. Kane anchors the left side of the offensive line. The pitch is to Metcalf, sweeping to the left, being chased at the 40. He's hit at the 43-yard line by Fred Dreyer. Dreyer, the defensive end on that side, just sprinting toward the sidelines, and he caught up with Metcalf and dragged him down after a 2-yard gain. That's where the speed of Dreyer pays off. It's tough to get around Fred at 6'6" and 235. Been interesting if it had been Dreyer who made that touchdown and not Youngblood, because we're still waiting for Dreyer to do his hucklebuck. In fact, he was so happy for Youngblood, he almost broke into it accidentally. Maybe you'll get his chance. It is 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line. Both wide receivers to the left. Smith tight on the right side. Hart gives to Otis up the middle. He's hit, gets to the 45, the 46-yard line. Gain of just a couple. Cody Jones made the tackle for the Rams, with Merlin Olsen assisting.
Rams football is brought to you by Budweiser. Way back in 1876, Bud was being brewed to deliver a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability found in no other beer. And it's still brewed that way. Budweiser, the king of beer.
Otis gained to the 47. They spotted 3rd and 4. A long 4th that. Mel Gray way out to the right with rookie Ike Harris in the slot right, and J.V. Kane split left. They've got the pass receivers in, and Hart has 5 into the pattern. He's being pressured by Youngblood. He bluffs his throw. Now he plants. Now he throws. It is caught and dropped. No completion at the 41-yard line. J.V. Kane had it, but couldn't hang on, as Monty Jackson did a good job of darting in front of the receiver, and now it's the defense that gets the hand.
Well, Dick, I wanted to watch one of the great matchups this afternoon. That was Dobler and Olsen, and that time Dobler, had a lot of stories about him. He almost ripped Merlin's shirt right off of him. Almost took it right off, shoulder pads and all. That wasn't holding much.
No penalty. 10-men line the scrimmage, and the deep man for the Rams, Scribner at the 15. Here comes the snap to Jeff West, and the punter gets off a wobbly kick, slices it off the right side, lands at the 25 and kicks out of bounds at the 16. So he got a good roll on it, and the Rams start deep in their own end at the 16-yard line. 3:06 remaining in the first quarter, and the Rams are in front 14-0. Give West a 37-yard punt on his first attempt. He's averaging 37.7 on the year. He's from Cincinnati. So the Rams go into the huddle, and Ron Jaworski, the last man to come onto the field, the Polish rifle from Youngstown State, the effervescent 24-year-old who scored the game's first touchdown on a 5-yard keeper and completed one pass, his only attempt on the opening drive for a touchdown by the Rams. Jaworski hands to McCutcheon, sweep left, cuts back at the 15, hit at the 17, and that's about all he'll get. Bob Rowe cutting cross field to make the stop. Rowe has missed only one game in his 7 years with the Cardinals, was drafted in the second round back in '67 out of Western Michigan. Good pass rusher. Had one very big game early in his career when he blocked 3 field goals in one game. He's 6'4". Ball is at the 18.5. Jesse right, Jackson left. Second down 8. McCutcheon and Scribner in the backfield behind Jaworski. Jackson left and Jesse right. Jaworski gives to Scribner off right tackle at the 20, bulls his way to the 24. Good second effort by Scribner, but he's short of the first down. Greg Hartle, second-year middle linebacker from Newberry College in South Carolina, made the stop. Saul and Chabelli open the hole, but the Rams are shy of the first down on 3rd and 2, so Jackson and Scribner go out. Bryant will join McCutcheon as the running backs, and Terry Nelson and Dennis Hera are the tight ends. Nelson on the left side, Hera on the right side, with Jesse a little wider than he normally is in this situation on the right side. Rams have not thrown in that short yardage this year, and they're not this time. McCutcheon is hit right at the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line on a vicious hit by Clarence Duran, who came up from free safety to join Greg Hartle, the middle linebacker, and bull McCutcheon back into his own backfield. He got to the 25, but that's far short of the first down, and the Rams punting team comes on. Of course, the difference between a pessimist and an optimist is droll, to be sure, but if you're an optimist, you say 14-0 early, that's great, but if you're a pessimist, you say, oh, you don't want to get that big early lead, and suddenly the Rams haven't moved the ball quite so well, and the Cardinals are going to come up with good field position. Metcalf lines up on the near side hash mark, and Gary Hammond on the far side inside the St. Louis 35. Carroll kicking into the wind. 1:25 left in the first quarter. 9 Cardinals will rush him. Both lines are set. There's the snap by DeMarco, and Carroll better hurry, and he just does get his kick away. It's coming to this side of the field to Metcalf at the 34. Hits to his left, being chased at the 30. He's hit. Stays on his feet at the 30, gets a block. Now he comes upfield, 35, 40-yard line. Tackled at the 40, and the flag is down. Jim Youngblood did a great job of pressuring Metcalf back into his own area, and then the clipping call will go against St. Louis. The tackle was finally made by Terry Nelson. But Jim Youngblood, he showed good speed chasing after Metcalf. Got a hand on him, but couldn't drag Terry down.
Dick, as I was saying before, the last time the Cardinals had the ball on offense, talking about the way that Dobler and Olsen was going at it, Dobler holding Merlin. It's just a question now to see the fans here at the Coliseum who might have glasses. Watch that number 66 for the Cardinals, because you just wonder when that gentle giant is going to say, well, that's enough of that, young man. I'll take care of you.
Well, a good kick against the wind, 41 yards, and then the penalty, so the Cardinals start back at their 22-yard line. It's 14-0 Rams, a minute left in the first quarter. Jackie Smith left, Mel Gray, and the give is to Otis up the middle, hit by Youngblood at the 24-yard line. Is Jack Youngblood there again with Merlin Olsen? Well, Youngblood in the second half of the season playing the way he did all of last year when he won All-Pro honors and was outstanding along with Dreyer against the Steelers in the big win last week, and they've been brilliant in this first quarter. The two light, quick defensive ends of the Rams, Youngblood on the left side, Dreyer on the right side. Ball is spotted at the 25, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Metcalf and Otis split behind quarterback Jim Hart. Jackie Smith left, Mel Gray right. Kane on the right side, and Hart's back to throw. He drops deep. He's looking long, and wide open over the middle is Kane. He dropped the ball! J.B. Kane was all alone at the 50-yard line. He dropped the ball, and now he just kicks it back toward his own huddle in disgust with himself. Oh, my. They had Gray sprinting down the right side, and Jackie Smith down the left side, and no one picked up J.V. Kane all alone at the 50. And it was one of those cases where he tried to run before he caught the ball, and it just trickled off his fingertips, incomplete. A lonely moment for J.V. Kane from Colorado, one of the tight ends. So it is 3rd and 7 instead of first down in Ram territory. And he might have run a long way before he would have been caught. Undoubtedly, that's what he was thinking. Steve Jones in there with Metcalf in the backfield. The Rams were offside. Youngblood jumped offside. Hart's going to go through the play, swings it out of the backfield, complete to Metcalf at the 20. Is hit by Reynolds, breaks the tackle, cuts inside at the 25. Now he's got running room. 30, far sideline, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, and out of bounds as Ellendorf chases him out at the 41-yard line. It'll be a first down for St. Louis as Metcalf running brilliantly. Is he exciting? The penalty will be against the Rams, I believe, and the Cardinals undoubtedly will decline that. And it could be the Rams relaxed a bit knowing that they were offside. Jack Youngblood was the man who was offside, and the Cardinals decline it, take the first down at the 41-yard line. You can see why Metcalf led everyone in the NFL this year and compiled more yardage than anyone in the history of the NFL. 816 yards running, gained 378 with 43 receptions, 285 yards on punt returns, 960 yards on kickoff returns, and throwing a 23-yard fumble recovery. A total of 2,464. He's been outstanding thus far in this first quarter. 8 seconds left. The give is to Steve Jones. He's hit by Jack Reynolds at the 42-yard line. No gain. Reynolds shooting through from middle linebacker caught Steve Jones from Duke University. Was drafted by the Rams out of Duke in 1973. That is the end of the first quarter. The score, Los Angeles 14, St. Louis nothing.
Most cars these days come equipped with a set of warning lights or gauges, but the problem is that they usually warn you after something's gone wrong, not before. That's why you do yourself and your car a favor when you stop in along the Chevron Way, because detecting problems before they happen is part of Car Care the Chevron Way, the economy way. For example, your Chevron standard man knows that broken fan belts and leaking radiator hoses are a sure way to light up your car's warning lights. So when he checks under your car's hood, he'll inspect the fan belt for cracks and worn or frayed edges, sure signs that a failure is near. And he can also inspect your car's radiator hoses to detect cracks and leaks that can lead to coolant loss and a major breakdown. And fans, if your car's belts and hoses are due for replacement, all standard stations and most Chevron dealers carry quality Atlas replacements to fit most cars. So remember, detecting problems before they happen is another reason why Car Care the Chevron Way is the economy way.
At the end of a quarter, the Los Angeles Rams 14, the St. Louis Cardinals nothing. The ball is at the Los Angeles 42-yard line in possession of St. Louis as Jim Hart comes back into his huddle. Second down and a bit more than 10 yards to go. First quarter unofficial statistics, Jack Rote has the Rams 99 yards rushing, 12 passing, a total of 111. St. Louis 14 rushing, 34 passing, a total of 48 yards. But much of the yardage for St. Louis gained on Metcalf's kickoff returns. McCutcheon, the leading rusher in the game, has 77 yards, 14 carries in the first quarter. All right, here come the St. Louis Cardinals. White uniforms, cardinal red trim. The cardinal bird on the helmet. Hart sets his line. He has Jim Otis and Steve Jones split behind him. Metcalf being rested on the sidelines. Widespread formation, and Hart's going to throw. He looks, he throws over the middle. Intercepted by Simpson. 35-40, Bill Simpson. 45-50, has blockers. 45-40 down the sidelines. 45-30, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown, Bill Simpson. Blocking downfield, one of them by Merlin Olsen, Bill Simpson, with his 7th interception of the year, 65-yard touchdown. Simpson, the ball hawk all year long, anticipated beautifully, ducked in front of the intended receiver, caught him on the dead run, headed to the left sidelines, picked up blockers, sprinted right in front of Don Coryell, the St. Louis coach, and into the end zone. Mel Gray, the intended receiver, couldn't catch him, and the Rams lead 20-0, 2 touchdowns on pass interceptions. How do you do? Dempsey to try the extra point. The ball is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. So on the first play of the second quarter, Bill Simpson sprints 65 yards with a pass interception. Simpson, who led the Rams this year with 6 steals, gets a big one in this first-round playoff. And Jim Hart, who was intercepted just 19 times all year, has been picked off twice, and both for touchdowns early in this playoff game. 14 seconds gone, second quarter. Timeout score. Rams 21, St. Louis nothing.
Maybe you're not in the habit of reading labels, but today it pays to do so once in a while. There's one label, one beer label at least, that repays the effort. Budweiser. The print sort of small, but the message isn't. Quote, "This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you will find in no other beer at any price." Unquote. That's quite a claim. And Budweiser backs it up with a beer right there behind the label itself. Pour yourself a big, cold Budweiser. Take a good beer drinker's swallow. See for yourself that brewing beer right does make a difference. When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Play underway in a hurry, and Dempsey sailing kick taken short by Dwayne Crump, who returned it cross field and finally corralled by Willie McGee at the 41-yard line of St. Louis, as the Rams trying to keep the ball away from Terry Metcalf, who had picked up 102 yards in his first 2 kickoff returns. But the Rams' pass defense, much maligned at times, has just played outstanding football against Jim Hart in the early going, and 2 pass interceptions have made it 21-0 Los Angeles. And now the Cardinals desperately need to get something going. Rams looking for the pass as Hart barks him out. Metcalf and Otis behind him. A quick pitch to Metcalf, sweep left. 40, 45, slips a bit, gets up 48-yard line before he's hit by Eddie McMillan. Now Metcalf is the one man in that backfield for St. Louis that can give you the big score on the ground. He can break it open on a run. Not many teams have players of his talent. The ball marked at the 49-yard line, so Metcalf gets 9 on that first down carry. He's from Cal State Long Beach, so Metcalf returning home to play for the very first time in the Coliseum. Just 5'10", 185 pounds. He gained 50 yards the very first time he carried the ball in the National Football League, and St. Louis said, we picked right in '73. He was a third-round draft. In an eye, 2nd and 1. The give is straight ahead to Metcalf, breaks a tackle at the 50, spins outside, and gets to the 45-yard line. Simpson stole the ball from him, but the play had been whistled dead. Simpson, boy, he knows how to find that football. I wouldn't want to be with him in the crowd if he had any inclination toward pickpocketing.
You get yourself in a lot of trouble just by fouling him. You know, the big thing right there is it was kind of a late whistle. Metcalf was down, and Simpson was going by the whistle because he had the ball before the whistle was actually blown, but Metcalf was down.
1 minute into the second quarter, first down St. Louis. The ball just outside the Ram 45-yard line. Hart trying to put together a scoring drive. He's turned it over 3 times, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. Hart to throw deep. Now he swings it right flat, complete to Otis on the screen. 50, 45, 40 down the sidelines, 35, 30. He's to the 25 and finally bumped out of bounds at the 23-yard line by Simpson. Yes, it was Bill Simpson. Good block by Conrad Dobler, the right guard from Wyoming, who was released as a rookie, then re-signed by St. Louis. He's from 29 Palms, California. First down on the screen pass. Hart looked off the screen man beautifully, looking deep, and at the last minute dumped it to Otis in the right flat. A good play, and the game's all the way to the Ram 24-yard line. 21-0 the score. The Rams lead as the Cardinals break huddle. Driving toward the closed end of the Coliseum. Hart sets his line. Rams defense playing loose now with a 21-0 lead. Wide receivers to the left side. The give is to Otis off right guard. Dives to the 22 as he was submarined by Ken Geddes, the left side linebacker, who came through the hole and hit him low. Otis falls at the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Cardinals back into the huddle. Their offensive line, Tom Banks of Auburn, the center, Bob Young of Howard Payne, and Conrad Dobler of Wyoming of the guards, Roger Finney of Florida A&M, and Dan Deerdorf, who may be the top offensive tackle in the NFC of Michigan. He's 6'3" and 280. Right tackle. Jackie Smith, veteran tight end, is in the slot right. Gray wide right. J.B. Kane in on the left side. 2nd and 8, and Hart gives to Metcalf. Draw up the middle, 20. He's to the 16-yard line before the Rams converge on the elusive halfback of St. Louis. Merlin Olsen finally wrapped his mitts around him with Jack Reynolds there, too. But Metcalf picks up 6 to the 16, where the Cardinals look at 3rd down and about 2.5. Clock running, 12:38 remaining in the first half as the Rams fans chant defense. Here come the Cardinals. 21-0 the score. The Rams defense has certainly lived up to its reputation thus far. Tight formation, only one wide receiver. Gray split away about 3 yards on the right side. Hart looks over the blue and gold Ram defense. He play action fake. He's going to throw. And out of the backfield, complete to Kane at the 15 to the 10. He's to the 8-yard line and has a 1st and goal for St. Louis. So Hart, a play action fake to Otis, and hit on a delay pattern. J.V. Kane was the tight end on the right side. Gray, wide right, clear deep. Kane delayed and ran a quick out. And Hart, after the play action fake, just straight and hit Kane in the right flat. Kane had no one around him, and Reynolds finally tracked him down at the 9-yard line. Steve Jones comes in for Terry Metcalf at running back. 1st and goal, St. Louis. This their best drive. Rams leading 21-0. The give is to Jones. He's at the 5. He's at the 3-yard line before they can knock him down. Merlin Olsen hit him first, and Bill Simpson finished him off. And Jones took quite a lick. He gets up and resets that headgear. But a good gain on 1st down, 6 yards. It's 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
At that time, Dick, and Hart appeared to use the very quick count. He's been going with that little longer count. Appeared on that pass play before. He was audibleizing up there on that little swing pass out of the backfield. That time he almost caught the Rams short-handed with that quick count.
Both Gray and Smith are wide right. Kane in tight on the left side at the 3-yard line of the Rams. Hart under center gives Otis up the middle, and Otis is in the end zone for a touchdown. Come right back to score. A good drive, and it's 21-6. J.V. Kane threw a good block to open the hole, and Otis rambling through the left side to culminate a 60-yard drive after the kickoff in 8 plays. Here's Jim Baca to try the point after. This Cardinal team all season long have come from behind. Both lines are set. There's a snap, ball down. The kick is blocked. Is it? Good. No, it's wide to the right. The Rams blocked the extra point. Jack Youngblood again appeared to be the man. So the Rams had 11 men right up on the line of scrimmage. It appeared Youngblood came up the middle, got a hand on it. It flip-flopped and appeared it might go through anyway, but it was wide to the right. And with a timeout, 10:53 remaining in the first half of the Coliseum to score. Rams 21, St. Louis 6.
We'll show you.
I just wish flying wasn't so boring.
It's not with Continental's wide DC-10 screen entertainment.
We'll show you.
You know what I'd like to see when I fly? Entertainment with a little more variety.
You'll find it on Continental.
We'll show you we really move our tail for you.
On Continental Airlines' wide DC-10 screen, we'll show you nostalgic newsreels, today's sports stars, old-time movie serials, and more. So fly any other airline out, fly us back. We'll show you the difference.
Along with wide DC-10 screen entertainment, enjoy the only coach pub in the sky on Continental's DC-10s to Chicago. Call your travel agent or Continental for reservations.
On Continental Airlines, we'll show you. We really move our tail for you.
Some spectacular plays by the Rams defense in the first half. We'll not know till game's end, but the most important play may have just been made, although innocent enough, a blocked extra point. 2 touchdowns won't be enough for St. Louis now. It's 21-6. Youngblood again made the big play, Bakken to kick it off. He hits it high and over and fairly short. Bryant takes it at the 13-15. Left sideline 20, 25, 30 up the sideline, breaks the tackle, and then falls at the 34. Wayne Crump made the tackle for St. Louis. Rams have the football for the first time in the second quarter. 10:45 remaining before halftime. It's halftime, the Bluebonnet Bowl. in Houston, Colorado 21, Texas 7. Earlier today in Pittsburgh, the Steelers beat Baltimore. It was a close game for the first 3 quarters, but the Steelers, with a couple of 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, blew it open 28-10. Ron Jaworski, the starting quarterback for the Rams today, as McCutcheon and Bryant split behind him. Jesse left, Jackson right. Jaworski, a play-action fake to McCutcheon. He's going to throw long, and Jackson is open. He's got it at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Harold Jackson on the bomb! Ron Jaworski's first touchdown pass as a pro, 66 yards to Harold Jackson. So the Rams use the St. Louis medicine, the long throw, and Jaworski and Jackson hooking up on a beautiful play, and very difficult to measure because Jaworski throwing with a following wind. He must have thrown that about 60 yards in the air, and Jackson caught it on the dead run, kicked away from the last Cardinal, the last 15 yards for the score. Now Dempsey's try for point. Jaworski to hold the ball down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Oh, my! 10:36 remaining in the first half. Rams 28, St. Louis 6.
Rams football is brought to you by Continental Airlines. And when Continental moves its tail to Kansas City, it has its advantages for you, like 3 departures daily, all with money-saving economy fares. Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail. Well, we were talking just a little while ago. Dick Enberg was mentioning, Dick, you said that Jaworski had not had his first professional touchdown passes yet, and when would you want to try and pick it out in the first game of the playoffs and his first playoff start?
It was a beautiful articulation between pass and receiver. Jackson out there wide open, and sometimes it's tough to lead that man who's so much in the clear, but it was well thrown, and then Jackson, of course, using that speed to kick away the last 15 yards.
And, of course, down there on the field, too, as we've been watching the kickers kick into the wind going from east to west, there appears that the wind is definitely a factor down there. And the Cardinals, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, they were 13th against the pass. So they have had their trouble not only on this last play, but they've had their trouble with everybody this year on trying to defend that pass play.
The Rams vaulting into a 28-6 lead. Jaworski has run for a touchdown 5 yards, the first score of the day, and now passes 66 yards to Harold Jackson. Jackson, who led the Ram receivers in the regular season with 43 receptions and 7 touchdowns. So it's Metcalf, ever dangerous, waiting near the goal line, and there's a little squib kick coming down the right sideline. It kicks and is handled there by Hammond at the 15, the 20, Gary Hammond to the 25, the 30, and they converge on in there. 5 blue jerseys make the tackle. 30-yard line, Gary Hammond, first hit by Jim Youngblood and Jim Peterson, 2 of the young Ram linebackers. 28-6. 2 of the touchdowns coming on pass interceptions. Defensive end Jack Youngblood, 47 yards for the second score for the Rams. It gave them a 14-0 lead. Then the Cardinals, after Bill Simpson had gone 65 yards with a pass interception, drove for their first touchdown, but the very first play from scrimmage by the Rams resulted in a 66-yard scoring pass. And now Jim Hart, he gives to Metcalf, sweeping right, cuts at the 30, hit at the 32, and down he goes. Cody Jones up high and down low for the Rams as they unpile Merlin Olsen. Clock running, 10-11, 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. The Rams with their biggest first half of this entire season, leading 28-6 over St. Louis. And the Cardinals, with that missed extra point, really have to fight from a long distance. And the Rams must be cautious of relaxing a bit too much. It's 2nd and 8. To the left is Gray, to the right is Kane. Tight end on the left side, Jackie Smith. Backs are split, hard to throw, 5 in the pattern. He looks, he goes up the middle. It is going to be almost intercepted by Elmendorf and Jackson as it went through Metcalf's hands and was tipped downfield where there were 2 Rams waiting. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
Los Angeles.
at the 32-yard line. St. Louis Cardinals trailing the Rams 28-6. It is 3rd down and 8 for Hart. Rams loosen their pass defense. Looking for the throw. Dangerous Melgray to the left. Ike Harris split right. And Jim Hart back to throw. He's under pressure. He looks. He throws to this side. It's going to be caught at the 39-yard line, short of the first down by Metz, and bumped out of bounds immediately by Dave Elmendorf. It is going to be inches short of the first down, however, as we look across the field from our location right on the 40. It appears to be short. And the official measures it, yes, about a foot short of a first down. The Cardinals in this spot, do they go for the first down in their own end, trailing 28-6? There are only so many opportunities in a game. They say it's early enough, and in comes the punting team for an apparent kick. Rob Scribner and Dave Elmendorf drop back and twin safeties at the 20. The kicker is Jeff West. West is a tight end, so he knows how to run with the football. And the Cardinals in this spot could work a fake punt. The up back is linebacker Larry Stallings. He barks out the signal. There's the snap. West has it. He's going to kick it, and does, and hammers a beautiful spiral deep into Ram territory. Scribner all the way back to his 9-yard line, to the 10, gets one block, is hit at the 13, and Tim Gray, rookie defensive back, gets him down at the 15-yard line. Gray is from Texas A&M, playing at strong safety, and of course Dave Elmendorf from that same school, same position. Good kick by West, 52 yards into the wind. The Rams have the football, and now it's Rams with an offense that wants to be error-free, not cough up that football deep in their own end. They lead 28-6 and would like nothing more to stay on the ground and use up a lot of time. We have a timeout, and that'll give us a chance to bring in Big D.
I'd take a reminder that Rams football is brought to you by Chevrolet. Automotive News reported that Chevrolet's new kind of American car, Chevette, has a body coated with, quote, extensive corrosion protection, unquote. In other words, Chevette is a rust fighter. You know, you were talking about a little bit ago, Dick, about people thinking, and maybe the players thinking, can you relax too soon? Well, this is the kind of game, and in professional sports, especially in football, when you have all of the physical aspects of the game, you just can't afford to relax. If you get somebody down, you've got to kick them and keep them down. And, of course, in this game right here, about the time you relax, that's about the time you get hurt. You've got to stay ready to go at all times, and that's why a lot of people think, or they might have the tendency to think, that, well, maybe they might take it easy. No, not in professional sports.
And especially now with that Super Bowl just 2 victories away. It is first down Rams at their own 15. Bryant and McCutcheon, the setbacks. It's Lawrence McCutcheon cutting off his own right side, 15-20. Spurts to the 24. 9 more yards for McCutcheon, who's on his way to a 100-yard first half. Cullen Bryant threw the block on the corner, and Charlie Davis from TCU, the left tackle, and Norm Thompson, the left corner from Utah, made the stop. I want to send along from our Rams radio booth here in Los Angeles our congratulations to Frank Kush, Athletic Director Fred Miller at Arizona State. The Sun Devils exciting. I know they're very thrilled down there in the Sun, the Phoenix area. The win over top-rated Nebraska yesterday in the Fiesta Bowl. Jaworski to Scribner. Scribner up the middle, has the first down as he goes down at the 28-29-yard line. Scribner went down on one hand and still got up for another yard, and he gets a hand for that second effort. Saul and Chiavelli with a block.
And you know, Scribner just about broke that play. I was surprised. He just went a dead 45 degrees to the left. He went straight up the middle and just angled right straight dead left out there, but he almost broke it, Dick.
There didn't seem to be any white jerseys around him. He just kind of stumbled there. One man able to pounce on him. Ken Reeves, and he was the last St. Louis player left, the veteran strong safety from Norfolk State. Both wide receivers to the left, first down just inside the 30. The pitch is back to Cullen Bryant, sweeping to the right, gets only a yard to the 31-yard line. Larry Stallings, the veteran left side linebacker from Georgia Tech, veteran of that defense, 33 years of age, made the stop. It's 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line of the Rams, and the clock running, 7:45 left in the first half. Council Rudolph, Kentucky State defensive lineman, comes in for St. Louis. Replaces Bob Bell. Get the report that Jim Otis, the fullback for the Cardinals, has a mild ankle sprain. Jesse Wright, Jackson left. Tight end On the left side is Nelson. Back to throw is Jaworski. He fires into the left flat. Scribner can't hang on at the 35-yard line as he made a diving attempt at the catch. Along the far sidelines, Pete Barnes, the closest Cardinal player. It'll be 3rd down and 9 at the 31-yard line. Tim Gray, a 5th defensive back, also in there now for St. Louis. 28-6 the score. That stops the clock, that incomplete pass. 7:22 remaining in the second quarter. Jesse to the right and Jackson to the left. The Cardinals are looking for the pass. The Rams may not with that big lead. We'll see. Jaworski has the play from the sidelines called by Coach Chuck Knox, and he is going to throw. Drops straight back. Thumps one, swings in the backfield to McCutcheon. Hit immediately at the 29-yard line for a loss as Pete Barnes read that swing pass very well. Made a solid hit of McCutcheon and dropped him at the 29-yard line. So it was a pass, but a safety pass, a little swing to McCutcheon, although that's what St. Louis thought early in the game when they tried that same pass to Jim Otis, but Jack Youngblood leaped into its path, speared it, and went 47 yards for a touchdown. Kicking team comes in. The offense gets a hand for effort as it left the field. 6:47, 6:46, 6:45 left in the first half. Terry Metcalf, a solo safety, stands at the St. Louis 28-yard line. The other 10 Cardinals are on the line of scrimmage as they go after Dwayne Carroll. They very nearly blocked his last punt. Capoletti, the setback, barks him out. Here they come, and the kick is just away. Might have gotten a piece of it. A wobbly kick downfield goes out of bounds around the 40-yard line of St. Louis. 39-yard line, they mark it. And St. Louis takes over there. Well, the way Metcalf can return kicks, a 32-yard kick isn't that bad. No return.
No question about that. Metcalf back around the 20-yard line. You got to figure if that ball's down there anywhere, he's going to pick up 10 easy the way he's been going this afternoon and the way he's done throughout his career.
Bob DeMarco, the man who snapped that last ball for the punter, comes off holding his left arm. The Cardinals, Jim Hart of Southern Illinois, a free agent pick in '66, has Jim Otis in the backfield with Terry Metcalf. From the 39 of St. Louis, Hart looking left as he calls out signals. Now takes a snap, back to throw, 5 in the pattern, has time, throws out of the backfield, complete. At the 45 to the 49 goes Jim Otis, and tackled, I believe he has the first down on the far sidelines by Geddes and McMillan. They spotted at the 49. Yardsticks are there. It's a first down for St. Louis. 6:22 remaining in the first half. The Cardinals, figuring that the Rams might be playing for the long pass, going to take the short yardage stuff. Hart and a catcher's squad in that huddle. Where's number 17 in red on his back? Sends rookie Ike Harris of Iowa State, technically an NFL rookie, played with the Southern California Sun last year. He's to the right. To the left, dangerous Mel Gray. Not many faster than he. 9.2 speed out of Missouri. First down play. Hart to throw. Leaves one man in to block. He's got a lot of time. He throws to this side. Open is Gray, and he's got it. Was he in bounds? Yes, at the 29-yard line. First down. St. Louis. The coverage by Dave Elmendorf. A deep crossing pattern by Mel Gray. And Hart given excellent protection that time by his line of Banks, Young, Dobler, Finney, and Deerdorf. And he spotted Gray open. You give Hart that much time, he's going to find an open receiver.
And, Dick, this is, regardless of what the score is right now, the way that you mentioned before, the Cardinals have come back and won games coming from behind. This ball club is an explosive ball club, and you just can't give them an inch.
Jim Youngblood has replaced Jack Reynolds at middle linebacker. See, we'll get a report on Reynolds if there's an injury involved there. Hart gives on a draw to Otis up the middle, breaks one tackle, gets to the 24-yard line where Cody Jones makes the tackle. That's one of the few times that Merlin Olsen did not get the man on a draw, but Cody Jones backed him up well.
I tell you the reason why he couldn't get him, because he had a stranglehold on him.
You're really on that Conrad Dobler, aren't you?
No, I'm not on him at all. I'm sitting here, I'm enjoying myself watching the two of them go at it, because it is really something to see.
Okay. Dobler, the right guard, is responsible for the most part for Olsen. That draw play was worth about 3.5. Second down, Cardinals just inside the Ram 25. 28-6, Los Angeles leads. Hard to throw. He drops deep. He looks. He swings it complete to Metcalf at the 30, the 25, the 20. Metcalf is to the 16-yard line. That'll be another first down. Tackle made by Jim Youngblood. The fans reacting at the closed end of the Coliseum to a little extracurricular stuff, apparently. First down for St. Louis with 5:12, 5:11, 5:10 remaining in the first half. Steve Jones comes in. Jim Otis goes out. Jones, 6 feet, 200-pounder, a good pass receiver. We told you the Rams made Jones their 5th-round pick in '73 after he set many Duke rushing records in his senior year. Now with St. Louis. Hart now 7 for 12, 110 yards. First down at the Rams 16. Jones and Metcalf, a wide split. 2 wide receivers to the right. Tight end on the left side. The pitch is to Jones, sweeping right at the 15, cuts and drives to the 12. Coming up to make a good, sure ankle tackle was Monty Jackson, the left corner of the Rams. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the Rams' 12-yard line. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Jack Reynolds suffered a mild head injury. That's why he is out, and Jim Youngblood replacing him at middle backer. Here come the Cardinals. Tom Banks leads them out of the huddle. Both Gray and Harris are to the left. Jackie Smith, the tight end, on the right side. And now they shifted with Metcalf way out on a wing to the right. It's a double wing formation. Only Jones in the backfield with Hart, and Hart's back to throw. He plants, he looks, he throws into the end zone. Incomplete. Bill Simpson made a great play as he deflected it at the last moment away from Jackie Smith. Good play by Simpson. It appeared that Smith had him beaten, but Simpson, with a last-second effort, leaping high and got that left hand up and deflected it incomplete away from Smith, the veteran tight end, 6'4", 230-pounder from Northwest Louisiana, who has caught more passes than any tight end in NFL history, with his 13 receptions this year, 472 career catches, and 39 touchdowns. All right, a big play for the Birds. 3rd down. And a long 6 at the Rams' 12-yard line. Both receivers to the left, and Hart backpedals. He looks, swings it incomplete to Jones at the 20. He had to get rid of it. Fred Breyer was about to eat up Hart. So the field goal team comes on. Now this is what that missed extra point has done to the St. Louis strategy. If they make the extra point, they might be tempted to go for the touchdown here. But since they're going to have to get a field goal somewhere along the line anyway, they figure they might as well take it here on 4th down and 6. And Jim Bakken, although you've got to look for the fake here too, Bakken, excellent field goal kicker, 19 out of 24 this year. Ball will be spotted at the 20, a 30-yard attempt. There's a snap, a little high. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's long enough. It's good. Bakken, the sure-footed kicker of the Birds, has given St. Louis 3 more. And with 3:48 remaining in the first half, the score now reads Los Angeles 28, St. Louis 9. And Rams football is brought to you by Bank of America. For just $2 a month, well, you can have Bank of America in your pocket. It's the all-in-one checking plan. 9 valuable banking services for just $2 a month. The all-in-one checking plan only at Bank of America.
The UCLA Bruins take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Rose Bowl game right here on KMPC New Year's Day. And I'm the Winker, Wink Martindale. I'll be doing my show prior to the game from the Rose Bowl, along with Robert W. Morgan and Pete Smith, with interviews from the crowd. Join us for all the action.
KMPC Los Angeles.
3:48 remaining in the first half. And Bakken will tee it up, kick it toward the closed end of the Coliseum, where Ron Jesse is the deep man of 3. Jesse at the 5 with Willie McGee on the right wing and Cullen Bryant on the left wing. The Rams lead cut to 28-9. Rams scoring on the big plays after the opening drive with the kickoff to start the game, 79 yards, and Jaworski scoring from 5 yards out. The rest all big touchdown plays. 47-yard pass interception, Youngblood, 65 interception, Simpson, and a 66-yard bomb, Jaworski to Jackson. The kick is to Bryant at the 11, 10, 15, 20. He's up the middle at the 25, trying to get outside of the 30, and he's down at the 31-yard line. Gary Hammond, special teams performer and a good one for St. Louis, made the stop. Rams football at the 31. The Rams have a fumble recovery and 2 pass interceptions of Hart, both for touchdowns. 3:39 left in this half, and the Rams would love nothing more than to establish a long drive to a touchdown or a field goal, use up as much time as possible. As the Rams break huddle, Lawrence McCutcheon in there at left halfback as he lines up has 86 yards on 15 carries. Bryant with him. Split behind Jaworski. Jackson right, Jesse left. It's a play-action fake, and Jaworski wants to go long. He throws over the middle. Incomplete and almost intercepted by Durham at the 45-yard line. Ron Jesse appeared to be open, and Harold Jackson was really open down the right sidelines. They had forgotten Harold Jackson down the right sidelines, but running along the Ram bench, he may have been tough to spot.
And you had Jackson that time and Larry Stallings, and you got to figure that Stallings, no way can he cover Harold Jackson.
Fans reacting to Counsel Rudolph, who in trying to get to Jaworski really leveled the man blocking him, Lawrence McCutcheon. Those are the things you don't see. A good running back like McCutcheon having to earn his dues as a blocker as well. 2nd and 10 at the Rams' 31-yard line, and Jaworski gives on a draw to McCutcheon. A good hole up the middle. He's to the 35. He's to the 40. He's still on his feet all the way to the 43 and a first down. Lawrence McCutcheon. Rich Saul through the block. Larry Stallings finally made the tackle, and that puts McCutcheon just about a yard away from 100 yards for the day. He needs 2. That's 98 yards in this first half for Lawrence McCutcheon. First down at the 43-yard line, and the clock shows 3:05 and winding down as the Rams break huddle. Jackson left, Jesse right, Terry Nelson tight end to the right. Less than 3 minutes remaining as Jaworski moves under center. Rich Saul. He has Bryant and McCutcheon split behind him. Jaworski fakes to McCutcheon. Back to throw. Fires this side. Open Jesse. First down at the St. Louis 42-yard line. He tumbles out of bounds away from Norm Thompson, the left cornerback. Jesse had to leave his feet, go to his knees to make the catch. And with 2:46 left in the half, the Rams have another first down in St. Louis territory at the 42. Scribner comes in with a new play from the bench. It's been a new look from the Rams in one regard today, Don. Strategically, the Rams, even with a lead, have thrown on first down and gone for the bomb more than they've shown in many games this year.
And they're going to put that great arm of Ron Jaworski to work. They're not going to keep that in mothballs. You can't figure they're going to do that, Dick.
Jaworski has his line set, backs in an eye, and gives to McCutcheon up the middle. He's at the 40 hit, but drives to the 38, almost to 37, in the grasp of Bob Rowe, as Lawrence McCutcheon moves over the 100-yard mark in this first half with that carry. Cullen Bryant comes in, and Scribner goes out. McCutcheon gaining 4 yards, has 102 yards in this first half. 2:22 left, and the clock moving toward that 2-minute timeout. Rams lead 28-9, and they're moving steadily. 2nd down, 6. Ball inside the 38 of St. Louis. Jackson wide right, flank left is Jesse. The give, McCutcheon again off his own right side, driving for extra yardage across the 35. Fumble the ball though at the 33, and St. Louis says they have it. No signal yet by the official. Was the play dead? I believe the Rams. They haven't signaled yet. How about it, gentlemen? How do you see it? St. Louis recovered. Certainly took them a while to figure it out, and with 2 minutes left, we have a timeout. The 2-minute warning is given. The Cardinals, on a fumble recovery, have the football at their 32-yard line. With a score, a timeout. Rams 28, St. Louis 9.
How do you demonstrate durability? A Chevrolet engine does it by covering 60,000 miles in less than 60 days through temperatures as high as 122 degrees. On September 30th, 1975, 3 1976 Vegas equipped with our new Durabuilt engine completed the Vega Death Valley Engine Durability Run. 60,000 grueling miles through places like Badwater, Hell's Gate, Furnace Creek. In 180,000 total miles on 3 1976 Vegas, the only engine part replaced other than maintenance items was one timing belt. Maintenance was adjusted for dust conditions. The only coolant added was approximately 24 ounces. That's roughly 3 glasses of water. Is the 1976 Chevy Vega engine built to take it? Don't take our word for it. Ask Death Valley.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Cardinals have taken the ball away from the Rams for the first time today. Some indecision, but the officials finally signaled that the St. Louis Cardinals covered the fumble of McCutcheon at the 32-yard line of St. Louis. So plenty of time for Jim Hart. And a touchdown here for the Cardinals, and an extra point would make it 28-16. That's a big difference from 28-9 where it stands now. Now Hart with Otis at fullback and Terry Metcalf at left halfback. And now it's Steve Jones, the other halfback, and he splits away. Hart, a long count. Takes the snap, back he goes to throw. He plants, he's going for the bomb up the middle. It's going to be caught at the 50, and McMillan makes the tackle at the 49-yard line. Mel Gray, make it Ike Harris. Ike Harris with the reception. It was Gray. It was Mel Gray at the 49-yard line. First down, St. Louis. So on the first play, Hart gets 19 yards up the middle to Gray. 1:42 left, and I believe the Cardinals have used one of their 3 timeouts. They have. That'll give us a chance to remind you that at halftime, as Don his first chore to recap the scoring of the first half, Bob Rowe, our production genius back at KMPC, our flagship station in Los Angeles, has put together the 4 Ram scoring plays of that first half, and as part of Don's recap, you'll hear the replay of those 4 scores. But in the meantime, more importantly, the Cardinals, trailing 28-9, have the football and a first down at the Rams 49. Plenty of time, 1 minute 42 seconds left, and the Cardinals also have 2 timeouts remaining.
You know, Dick, on that last fumble, it was really amazing. When you runner goes down, you'll hear an official or you'll hear whistles blow all over the field. That time you heard one. That was about the only thing, and they all looked at each other for help. And about the time why they had the unpiling of everybody, why McCutcheon did actually fumble the ball, but it's a question of whether he was down when he fumbled. I don't know whether, if you ask them out there right now, if they can anyone give you an honest answer.
Well, Chuck Knox went out on the field to kind of ask. Didn't go too far, didn't want to get a penalty, but he seemed to be upset by the call.
Might give you an answer, but they won't put their hand on a Bible when they do it.
That's a tough job, and in that case, there were so many men surrounding McCutcheon, I don't think anyone saw the fumble. Hart, 8 for 15, 128 yards on the season. He completed 53%. You can credit Norm Thompson with the recovery of the fumble. Defensive back, and now Hart on first down is back to throw, and he has a deep drop, and he's going long over the middle again. And open again is Harris. He makes the catch, fumbles the ball. The Rams recover at the 28-yard line. Monty Jackson recovers the fumble, and the Rams take over. Harris caught the ball, and somebody rocked Harris. I believe it was Elmendorf or Simpson. The ball shot free. Jackson recovered it. And even then, the officials seemed a bit surprised. Took a while before they pointed Rams ball. Some of the Rams starting off the field came to a halt to look back to see if indeed it had been called a fumble or whether it was just an incomplete pass. But Harris really took a good lick. So the Rams get it right back. A big defensive play. 1:34 left in the first half. Jesse right, Jackson left. Jaworski the quarterback. Kellen Bryant, McCutcheon with him. Jaworski, play action fake, he's going to throw. He looks, he throws to this side. Jesse, a great catch at the 40-yard line. He goes out of bounds. No, they say he didn't go out of bounds, and the clock continues to run. At the 40, it'll be a first down. But Jesse was knocked right into the sideline. The clock continues to run, 1:15 left, and a wonderful catch by Jesse. Those sure hands of his leaping high to take that one out of the air and away from 2 Cardinals.
And you've got to think right now that the Ram quarterback, Ron Jaworski, he's kind of checking to see if he's still all in one piece, as Ron Yankowski really undressed him.
McCutcheon takes a handoff, a quick pop up the middle across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Clock is running, 51 seconds, and the Rams use their first timeout. So the Rams, who have stopped the Cardinals on the second fumble recovery to go with 2 pass interceptions in this first half. Now the Rams trying to turn it around and get some more points before the end. This might be the one team that you just can't have too big a lead because they have the capacity to score so quickly, and they have shown that they've come from big deficits all year to win.
Kind of reminds you, if you leave this game of football for a while, using that same expression where you can't have too big a lead, you could go right to baseball in Tiger Stadium and Fenway Park in Boston. You got to get as much as you can, and then just pray that you can hold it. And of course, right here, the Rams and against the Cardinals, why the Cardinals are so explosive and such great receivers. And Jim Hart, the way that he's proven himself as one of the top quarterbacks in football last year, the MVP. You don't get that just because you complete 1 or 2 a game.
And on a case in point, against the Eagles this year in Philadelphia, the Eagles had a 16-point lead, 23-7 late in the third quarter, and the Cardinals won it 24-23. And they have been the Cinderella teams. Something like 6 of their 11 victories came in the fourth quarter with not just a field goal, but a real rally, having to score more than 3. All right, the Rams have the ball at the 46-yard line, 2nd and 4, their own 46, leading 28-9. Jaworski, the quarterback, has strength to his left, gives to McCutcheon up the middle. He's to the 50 and a first down at the 49 of St. Louis. And the Rams call a time to stop the clock with 45. And Doug France, the left tackle who started in place of the injured Charlie Cowan, through the blocks. Jack Snow comes into the Rams offensive huddle. And the Rams may go with the 3 wide receivers in this spot. First down at the St. Louis 48-yard line. And with that last gain, McCutcheon 6 more yards. His total now reads for this first half 117 yards for Logan. 20 carries, so he has been busy. We better get out that Ram record book for most rushes in a single game, because McCutcheon rested 1 week. He's having Chuck Knox figures, well, we're going to take advantage of that 1 week's rest. We're going to give you last week's attempts as well. He's got 20 attempts, 117 yards. Jaworski, after visiting with Chuck Knox along the sidelines, goes back into the huddle. The score is 28-9. The Rams scored first time they had the football, took the opening kickoff, went 79 yards, and Jaworski on a 5-yard keeper scored. Then the first time St. Louis had the ball, second play, Youngblood leaped in front of a little swing pass intended for Jim Otis, caught it and returned it 47 yards for a touchdown to make it 14-0. Then Bill Simpson went 65 yards with an interception to make it 21-0. The Cardinals finally scored on a 3-yard run by Otis, 21-6. Rams came right back on a Jaworski to Jackson 66-yard bomb, and now Jaworski to pass. He looks, he throws, incomplete. He picked an open spot and got rid of it. He was being pressured, and his receivers well covered. He got rid of it, and wisely so, and picked a good spot. 41 seconds left in the half. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the Cardinal 48. So after the Jaworski 66-yard bomb to Jackson to make it 28-6, the Cardinals came back and got a 29-yard field goal with Jim Bakken, and that's the score, 28-9. Rams into the huddle, and here they come. Harold Jackson with that touchdown catch to the left, and Ron Jesse, who caught 41 on the year, 3 for touchdowns, is to the right. Terry Nelson, tight end with only 1 catch all season, is the anchor man on that right side. McCutcheon and Bryant split behind Jaworski. The rifle wants to throw. He has time, and he's looking long for Jackson. It is incomplete at the goal line. Covered well by Roger Worley, the all-pro right corner. That was just a matter of Jaworski hoping him all the way. The ball landed just shy of the goal line. There's a flag down, and apparently St. Louis guilty of a foul, and it's a major 15-yard penalty. It'll take it all the way to the 33-yard line. A light moment in the tense game, as all of them are now. Jorgensen, the referee, as he jogged the 15 yards off, he went from the 45 to 40, 35. When he got to 35, he fumbled the ball and then put it down to the 33. I believe it was on number 36, Kenny Reeves. That's the way that it appears right now, Dick. It would have been interesting if the umpire were ready to get the penalty break. 35 seconds left. He had a double wing formation. Jaworski pumps, guns it, complete to Jesse at the 20. He's still on his feet and finally wrestled down at the 20-yard line. First down, the clock running. Jaworski hustles in and stops the clock with 25 seconds left. That's the last time out. But Jaworski may have erred in calling that time because he kind of threw his head back as he looked to the Rams bench as if to say, oh, I shouldn't have used it then, huh? Because normally teams like to save that final timeout for the field goal team to get on. Now the Rams will have to use an incomplete pass if that becomes the situation. But right now they've driven to the 20 of St. Louis, first down. Jaworski, 6 out of 10, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. A lot of times when you watch Jaworski throw, and then of course you turn around and watch the catching of Ron Jesse, and the velocity that Jaworski can put on the ball, you've got to swear that Jesse's got a ball grown out of his arm. He has some of the greatest hands that I have ever seen. And not just taking the ball where the average way of catching a ball, maybe with both paws. Oh, he's got them backhand many times. He's got them turned inside out, looped over. And you swear maybe they just revolve. I don't know. Maybe he's got both hands on there that spin around. He's got super hands. He's made 2 great catches this afternoon right in traffic. Of course, Jack Snow possesses those same kind of mitts, and it's really exciting in practice down in Long Beach to watch those men as they go through their everyday routine, ball after ball, and difficult chance. And many of them, they'll just try to catch one-handed to get into that. In case somebody's got one hand locked, they'll go after it with the one hand and make it.
They both. You talk about Snow and you talk about Jesse. Those are two of the all-time guys I've seen with great hands. There's been a lot of them, but there's two right here. It's nice to have two on the same club.
If you're a Los Angeles fan, indeed. 25 seconds. We'll watch the clock. Left first half. 28-9. The Rams lead. Ball at the St. Louis 20-yard line. Bryant and McCutcheon behind Ron Jaworski, and Jaworski has to throw. He looks. He throws to this side. Jackson, incomplete. End zone. It would have been out of the end zone anyway had Jackson caught it. He had sprinted away from double coverage from linebacker Stallings and Norm Thompson. Let's pause for station identification with 21 seconds left in the first half. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
UCLA Bruins take on the Ohio State Buckeyes right here on KMPC Los Angeles New Year's Day. Hi, I'm Jeff Edwards. I'm going to be doing my show prior to the game from the Rose Bowl, along with Robert W. Morgan and Pete Smith with interviews from the crowd. So join us for the action starting at 9 a.m.
Jaworski used only 4 seconds on that end zone pass, so he didn't go for the short one. He went for the bomb. Scribner at right half, McCutcheon at left halfback, Jesse left and Jackson right. Rams have no timeouts left, so they almost have to catch it in the end zone. Cardinals were offside. Jaworski to throw. He looks, he throws. Jackson, incomplete. Nice play by Norm Thompson, diving in front of Jackson at the last moment to smother the pass. But it appeared that left-hand Counsel Rudolph had fallen off sides, couldn't get back on his feet. That's a break for the Rams, and on the 5 yards, it'll get it to the 15-yard line.
That time, Rudolph, he kind of looked like Bambi on ice, because if he could have got that big frame of his squared away, but he was off balance. He had one leg going east, the other one going west, and he just couldn't get his body movement going back east fast enough to get that leg out of there. Wasn't it?
He looked like the final picture of a good baseball base stealer, as he's got that front foot on the bag and the trail leg out there behind him. He had that left foot right into the Rams' neutral area. 16 seconds left to match the number in the back of the Rams quarterback, who would like to get more. A 28-9 lead as we come to the end of this first half, and Jaworski's to throw from the 15. He swings it to McCutcheon, the right flat, complete at the 20, but they tackle him at the 12-yard line. They're not going to get a field goal off. 8-7-6. The field goal unit races on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there it is, the end of the first half. So that's what happens when you don't save that time out. There was no time for the Rams to get the field goal unit on, and it seemed an unwise choice by the young quarterback to go to the swing pass, but the Rams fans are forgiving. They like the score. The cheers are for the Rams to score at halftime. Los Angeles 28, St. Louis 9. All right, now both teams back on the field, ready to start the second half. The Rams off to St. Louis. The Cardinals will be going from east to west. That means that Jimmy Hart will be throwing into possibly a little breeze. One quick score for you. In the third quarter, it is Colorado 21 to 21. Tom Dempsey, ball teed up, ready to go, and back for the play. Here's Dick Enberg. Thank you, Don. It's left to right. Dempsey will be kicking, and Terry Metcalf is not deep for the Cardinals. German and Jerry Latin, a rookie, are at the 5-yard line. Don't know if Metcalf is injured. We'll know soon as the Cardinals have the first possession of the second half. It's a squib kick downfield. Anyway, bounces through the wedge, taken by Hammond at the 20, the 25, the 30. Hammond is at the 35-yard line. Flag goes down. Al Cowlings made the tackle for the Los Angeles Rams with Jim Peterson and assist. And apparently Colorado turned the ball right over to Texas after they blocked the Colorado punt, and then the Longhorns scored a touchdown, a fumble, and then a field goal, and Texas now leads Colorado 24-21 in the third quarter. Colorado had led at halftime 21-7. Clipping against St. Louis on that kickoff return. So instead of good field position at the 35, 15 yards marked off back to the 20-yard line. Ball spotted there. And before the Cardinals run their first play, they all join hands, and Hart said something to them, trying to rally this team. They're behind 28-9. No place to go for the Cardinals but to get on that scoreboard. Sudden death. You're only allowed one loss now. Both receivers to the left. strength to that side as the give is to Otis. Off left guard, gets 4 out to the 24 as he pounds through a hole opened by Roger Finney, and the tackle for the Rams. Cody Jones was there too. Reset that offense for St. Louis. Banks is the center, Young and Dobler the guards, Finney and Deerdorf the tackles. Tight end is J.V. Kane. Mel Gray, one wide receiver, and Ike Harris the other. The backs are Otis and Metcalf. Jim Hart, the quarterback. 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Backs are split. Harris right, Gray left. Kane in on the right side. The tight end, and Hart's back to throw. He plants. He looks. He throws to the far sidelines. Open, complete at the 28. To the 30 goes Harris, or it's Kane to the 33-yard line. J.V. Kane. That play has worked well throughout the day. Kane delaying from tight end and then running an out. Reynolds and Elmendorf made the tackle for the Rams. It's a first down for St. Louis out at the St. Louis 34-yard line. J.V. Kane, James Victor, his formal name. That was his 2nd of this game, and he dropped one that might have gone for a long gainer in that first quarter. Backs are split. Hart barks him out from his own 34, and Hart's going to throw. Good protection. Looks, he throws. Open is Metcalf. Complete at the 40. Dances to the 42, and he's hit there. Robertson made the first contact. He was assisted by Monty Jackson, and then Reynolds was there too. It is just short of the first down. 2nd down and 2 at the 42. In the first half, Hart was 9 for 16, 150 yards, but was intercepted twice, and both of those interceptions went for touchdowns. Jaworski was 7 for 12, 116 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. So the 2 misses that went for interceptions cost St. Louis 14 points. That's all but the difference in the game now. Hart's going to throw on 2nd and 2. Again, well protected, and he's going to go long, long, long for Jackie Smith, and it's almost intercepted by Elmendorf at the 10-yard line. And Elmendorf argues that Jackie Smith interfered with his chance to catch the ball. But it appeared to be that both men legitimately were going for the football. And Jackie Smith says something to Elmendorf as he goes back to the St. Louis huddle. Probably asking him, what you going to do in the offseason, Dave? Dave says, I'm going to think about that last play. I think you interfered with me. It goes 3rd and 2 at the 42. So the Cardinals trying to get 6 points on one big throw as tight end Jackie Smith, and Elmendorf covered him very well. Mel Gray to the right. Both tight ends, Kane and Smith, in tight this time. Otis and Jones are the running backs. On 3rd and 2 from the 42. The give up the middle. It is Otis hit, but he drives to the 34. May have gotten to the 35. Looks as if he has the first down. Yes, he's across the 34. First down. Good second effort by Otis. Jack Youngblood, first man to make contact. Cody Jones in on the stop. And the Cardinals have another first down. One would think that for Don Coryell's team that this first possession is so very important for them to get something on the board, just emotionally in a game that they trail 28-9. If they can get a touchdown, it's left half, and Otis at fullback. Gray right, and Harris to the left. Tight end is J.V. Kane, right side. Hart's going to throw. 5 men in the pattern again. Good protection over the middle. Wide open Metcalf. Complete at the 50. 45. Slips, gets back up at the 40, and he's all the way to the 37 of Los Angeles. Terrific Terry Metcalf of Cal State Long Beach. It appears that he just runs at right angles. The way he moves right and left, zigzagging his way downfield. Mighty elusive, and the Cardinals are on the move with 11:35 remaining in the third quarter, and the Rams in front 28-9.
Dick, you got to figure right now about the only time that the Cardinals are going to put that ball maybe on the ground is when they need a short yardage first down or something like that. But that ball is going to be in the air. You can almost bet your house and lot on that this second half.
A lot of pressure on that pass defense, and the Rams pass rush not putting too much squeeze on Hart. The give is to Otis. He's hit at the 35 and falls at the 34, and the Rams came close to peeling that ball right out of his hand. Jack Reynolds had a shot at it. Monty Jackson made the tackle after Otis picked up about 3. 2nd down and 7 at the Ram 34-yard line. Otis goes out, and Steve Jones is in. Here come the Cardinals. They trail 28-9. 10:45 left in the third quarter. Gray to the left. Ike Harris to the left. Coach Keene now, who comes in tight on the left side with Icarus wide right. Backs a split on 2nd and 7. Rams are offside. The give is to Metcalf, and he is hit by Jack Reynolds and dropped for a loss at the 36. But Jack Youngblood had moved offside. And the Cardinals will take the 5 yards on the penalty. Youngblood trying to beat his man off the ball, but he guessed wrong, and it'll cost the Rams 5 and nullifies an excellent play made by middle linebacker Jack Reynolds. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
The UCLA Bruins take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Rose Bowl game right here on KMPC New Year's Day. And I'm the Winker, Wink Martindale. I'll be doing my show prior to the game from the Rose Bowl, along with Robert W. Morgan and Pete Smith, with interviews from the crowd. Join us for all the action.
KMPC Los Angeles.
10:28 remaining in the third quarter. The Cardinals have it 2nd and 3. Make it 2nd and 2. Ball at the 29 of Los Angeles. First possession of the second half. The Cardinals trying to get on the board. They've trailed 28-9, and Hart is back to throw. He has 5 men out. He throws over the middle. Almost intercepted by Merlin Olsen, who reached up and fly swatted it. On a similar play in the first quarter, Jack Youngblood caught a short pass, a swing pass, and went 47 yards for a touchdown. Terry Metcalf was the intended receiver, circling over the middle, and Olsen at the line of scrimmage, playing off any possible draw, waited for Hart to pull back and throw, and when he did, Olsen, springing in the air, got both hands on it and knocked it down. So it is 3rd down and a tough 2 yards to go for the Cardinals. They come into a tight formation with Jackie Smith on the right side, J.V. Kane on the left side. Only wide receiver is Mel Gray wide to the left. Metcalf and Jones, the running backs, are split, and now the tight end on the left side. Kane splits away. Hart gives to Metcalf, sweeping right. He's got a hole at the 25. He's to the 20-yard line, the 19, and I believe we'll have a face mask penalty as well. Yes, we will. As Elmendorf rode down Metcalf, he got a piece of his face mask. It was Bill Simpson. So from the 19, they'll mark off 5 more, and that'll take it to the 14-yard line after the penalty. And the Cardinals have a first down. Face mask against Los Angeles. And so from the 19, it was unintentional. And so to the 14, they spot it, and the Cardinals, with 10:18 left in the third quarter, are only 14 yards away from a very important touchdown. Don? Rams football is brought to you by your Standard Chevron man. Save now and don't miss the special year-end sale on rugged Atlas SS radial tires. Right now at all Standard stations and most Chevron dealers. Here come the Cardinals out of the huddle. They send 2 men wide left, Gray and the tight end in the slot, Jackie Smith. Jones and Otis are the running backs as Metcalf is rested from the Ram 14. Hart gives to Otis up the middle. He's hit and drives to the 11-yard line in the hold of Merlin Olsen. A gain of 3 for Jim Otis, who is the NFC's leading rusher, 1,076 yards, but in the first half was held only 20 yards on 7 carries. Well, Lawrence McCutcheon, on 20 attempts, gained 118 yards. Less than 10 minutes left, so it's been a time-consuming drive for the Cardinals, who have it 2nd down and 7 at the Ram 11. 28-9 the score. Rams leading 21-0 at one point. Smith is slotted left with Gray wide left. Again, it's Otis and Jones, and they're all in the pattern. The throw is in the flat. Incomplete. Intended for Otis at the 15-yard line. The ball was thrown behind Otis because Cody Jones had rushed Jim Hart. Hart was sacked only 8 times all season. That tied the NFL record for the best protection a passer could receive in 14 games. But one of the reasons he isn't sacked often, he unloads that ball. He did then under pressure and threw errantly behind Otis. 3rd down conversions in the game. The Rams 1 of 4, Cardinals 4 of 7. It is 3rd and 7. This is a big opportunity for St. Louis, and the Rams would like to deny Jim Hart, who sets his line at the Los Angeles 11-yard line. He has Smith left and Gray right. Back he goes to throw. He's got time. Looking in the end zone. He throws. It's caught at the 2. And in for a touchdown goes Mel Gray. The Cardinals come up with a big 3rd down touchdown. 11-yard scoring pass from Jim Hart to Mel Gray, who went into the end zone, came back out, caught the ball at the 2, a quick spin, and went in untouched. Gray, who caught 48 passes during the year, 11 for touchdowns, gets a big score for St. Louis as they open this second half with a 80-yard drive in 11 plays. Here's a try for point by Bakken. It's up, and it's good. So, with 9:27 remaining in the third quarter, the score now reads Los Angeles 28, St. Louis 16.
Continental Airlines presents Golden Tales of Hawaii.
When Pele, the fire goddess, hurled down flames from her blazing volcano home, the ground rumbled, and the ancient Hawaiians were awestruck as her fiery outbursts created new land. When you come to Hawaii, you too will be awed as you view volcanic eruptions from a place of safety. But you will know, as did the ancient Hawaiians, that you have found the home of Pele because you are experiencing the only live volcano in America. Another example of how in Hawaii, the legends of the ancients become the reality you enjoy today.
This has been another of Continental's Golden Tales of Hawaii. Continental flies 4 Widebird DC-10s a day from Los Angeles to Hawaii for as little as $116 one-way tax extra. Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail. We really move our tail for you.
The Cardinals needed 5.5 minutes to open the second half to drive 80 yards in 11 plays with Hart hitting Mel Gray an 11-yard touchdown pass, and it's a 28-16 Ram lead as Bakken will kick it off toward the closed end of the Coliseum to Ron Jesse, who stands at the 5 in the center of the field. Willie McGee winged up on the right side and Cullen Bryant to the left. Bakken takes a very short run up, just 6 yards. And from the 35, he kicks it off. End over end. Going to go to Bryant once again at the 8. Up the left side, 10, 15, 20. Bryant at the 25. He's to the 29. Now, the Cardinals have consistently kicked to Cullen Bryant. And Mark Arneson of Arizona lives in Tucson. Middle linebacker made the tackle. Right at the 30, they spot it. First down, Los Angeles, as Ron Jaworski comes on the field. Joins his offensive. The Rams have seen the Cardinals score. And with plenty of time left, the fans now plead the Rams to generate a scoring drive. Out of the huddle they come. Jackson to the right. Jesse to the left. The tight end on the left side is Terry Nelson. McCutcheon and Cullen Bryant the setbacks. Jaworski, long count. Gives to McCutcheon up the middle. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, the 36. What acceleration by McCutcheon. Looked as if he was just shot out of a cannon up the middle. Tom Mack threw a good trap block, and Larry Stallings made the tackle as McCutcheon adds 6 more yards to his total, and it gives him 124 yards for the game. That is his 21st carry. He has a chance to establish an all-time Ram record for most attempts in a game. Jaworski, second down and 4 at the 36-yard line. He gives again to McCutcheon up the middle, dances through a small hole and gets close to the 40. It appears to be just short of the first down. At the 39, they'll spot it, 3rd and 1. That is the 22nd carry for McCutcheon. The Rams' record in a single game, 1959. Ollie Matson carried the ball 31 times, Dickie Bass 30 times in 66, and Jim Bertelsen 28. McCutcheon has already carried it 22 times. So he's well on his way to establishing a new Ram record for a single game. Last tackle, credit Bob Rowe and Clarence Stern. It's 3rd and less than a yard, just shy of the 40 of the Rams, as the Cardinals would love to hold Los Angeles in this spot. Tight formation, Hera and Nelson bookend the line. Jesse wide to the left. Cardinals are all in tight. McCutcheon and Bryant are the setbacks. Jaworski's going to sneak it himself and dives to the 40, and I believe he has the first down. They're going to mark it across the 40, and that will be a Ram first down, as so signaled by the referee, Dick Jorgensen. That's a big play for the Rams, because if the Cardinals stop Los Angeles there, they have the momentum. Ball at the 40 and just across as the Rams huddle with a new set of 4 downs. Out of the huddle they come. Jackson to the left, Jesse to the right. Tight end Terry Nelson on the right side. McCutcheon and Scribner lined up behind Jaworski. 28-16, the score. The Rams lead. Jaworski, a play-action fake to Scribner. Throws it over the middle. Wide open is Nelson. 44, 45, 50, 45, 40. He's to the 35, 30, and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And the Rams may have gotten away with a clip that was not seen. There's no flag down, but we saw somebody hit a Cardinal from behind. Ron Jesse blocked on one of the men about the 40-yard line from behind, but it was not detected, and the Rams have a first down at the 26-yard line of St. Louis on Terry Nelson's second reception of the year. He was wide open. Roger Worley finally chased him out of bounds, but Nelson with excellent speed for a tight end, all alone over the middle. They just let him go, and he had nothing but running room. So the Rams now at St. Louis's 26. Jackson right, Jesse left. McCutcheon and Bryant the setbacks. Jaworski's going to throw on first down, protected well. He shoots at this side, almost intercepted, and it's incomplete, and the fans thought that Duran interfered with Cullen Bryant. Duran came up and made contact as the ball arrived. The official on the spot said good defensive play. Rams football is brought to you by Budweiser. You want to know how to predict a great Rams game? Well, watch it with friends and a cold Budweiser. With a combination like that, well, how can you lose? At the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10 for the Rams. With that nice breeze blowing left to right, really cleared out the basin. A lot of smog off to the right, but beautiful as you look out across the rim of the stadium toward the Hollywood area. As Jaworski on 2nd and 10 gives on a draw to McCutcheon, hit in the backfield, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, gets to the 25 to 24. McCutcheon got 2 yards after being bounced around in his own backfield by several St. Louis tacklers. Greg Hartle finally made the stop, the middle linebacker. Scribner comes out. Jack Snow goes in, so the Rams will use the 3-wide receiver offense with 7:15 remaining in the third quarter. Rams 28, St. Louis 16. Tom Dempsey starts to walk slowly along the sidelines as the Rams may call upon his services. Jackson wide right, Snow slotted right, Jesse to the left, only McCutcheon in the backfield. 3rd and 9 from the St. Louis 25. Back goes Jaworski. Plants throws to this side, overshoots Jackson. He was double covered anyway. And so the Rams will bring on the field goal unit. A very important attempt. The Rams currently lead by 12. A field goal would give them a 15-point lead, so 2 touchdowns couldn't catch them. And Dempsey, who has served so very well throughout the course of the regular season, hitting on 21 of 26 attempts, will try one from about the 32. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Dempsey, 42 yards away. Jaworski kneeling almost in the center of the field. Cardinals bring up the 11 men on the line of scrimmage, 10 plus 1. Both lines are set. Kicking toward the peristyle end. DeMarco with the snap. There it is. Jaworski spots it. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's long enough. It is no good. Wide to the right. So the Rams are unable to score on their first opportunity in the second half. The Cardinals will have the football at their own 25-yard line. Timeout, 6:48 remaining in the third period. St. Louis trailing the Rams 28-16.
It's about time, it's about time, it's about time for a new kind of American car.
It's time for the Chevette Scooter, a special 2-passenger hatchback version of Chevy's new Chevette. Twin bucket seats, roomy rear deck, overhead cam engine, 4-speed transmission, rack and pinion steering, at a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $29.49, including dealer new vehicle preparation charge and California emission certification. Destination charge, available equipment, state and local taxes are additional.
It's about time, it's about time, it's about time for a new kind of American car. It's about time for a new kind of car, and we got it. Chevette is a new kind of American car. Yes, a new kind of car, and we got it. Chevette is a new kind of American car.
6:48 left in the third quarter. The Rams, after seeing St. Louis score a touchdown after the kickoff that started the second half, drive to the 25 of St. Louis, but miss on the field goal attempt. So the Cardinals have the football at their own 25, trailing 28-16. Jim Hart brings his team out of the huddle with Mel Gray, the touchdown maker, to the right. Ike Harris split left. Tight end J.V. Kane on the right side. Otis and Metcalf, the setbacks. Hart peering left and right. Uses a long count. Quarterback fakes, gives over the middle. It is caught by Harrison. He was hit immediately at the 36-yard line. It's a first down. Excellent catch by Harris, who caught the ball just as he was popped by two Rams, Elmendorf and Jackson. First down, make it Simpson and Jackson at the 36-yard line. So Hart has his team moving well. Once behind 21-0, the Cardinals now trail 28-16. Harris sent left, Gray again to the right side. Hart gives to Metcalf, caught by a jersey by Youngblood and dragged down for a loss at the 34-yard line. Youngblood just grabbed Metcalf by the number 21 on his back and hauled him down with one hand. Youngblood has been the outstanding defensive player in this game. Shift in the wind and some of that haze and smoke being blown in on the Coliseum. Boy, you appreciate what clean air is when you're caught with that shift. You're tough to breathe at the moment. Second down and 11 at the 34-yard line. A passing situation. The Rams loosen it up a bit. Long fakes, throws the right flat, complete, and then dropped. Might be a lateral, picked up and tackled at the 34. No, they call it an incomplete pass all the way. Ike Harris on a little flanker screen, but the pass was thrown forward, although thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and the Rams had it covered pretty well at that. So it is third down. And actually 12 with this series beginning at the 36-yard line as Steve Priest comes in, nickel defense as Ken Geddes goes out. Rams use the 5 defensive backs. Jim Otis and Steve Jones are the setbacks. Metcalf is back in there now, so it's Jones and Metcalf the setbacks. Gray left. Harris to the right. The tight end Jackie Smith on the left side. Hart pulls back from center. He's dropping deep. He looks. He's rambling to his right. He's being chased. He throws on the run. Incomplete for Harris at the 40-yard line as Fred Dreyer applied the pressure on Hart, chased him out of the cup, and the defense gets a deserved hand. Now the Rams put on the pressure, and Hart, forced out of the cup, was racing toward the far sidelines with Dreyer in hot pursuit, and Hart's hurried throw incomplete. In to kick, Jeff West. Very few punts in this game. Both teams moving the ball effectively. West will take the snap at the 20-yard line. Elmendorf and Scribner wait at the 25. There's the snap, a good one, and West delivers. Sailing kick comes toward Elmendorf at the 18. Heads to his left looking for a block and gets one at the 20. Another good block, but Elmendorf pinned in. Now he breaks away for a moment. He's still on his feet. Breaks in the clear. 25, 30, and he's cut down at the 30-yard line by the kicker, Jeff West, who came downfield to make the stop, but not before Elmendorf had thrilled the fans. He didn't gain much before he broke tackle after tackle, and finally it was West himself who saved what could have been a long return. Timeout, 5:06 remaining in the third quarter with the score, Rams 28, St. Louis 16.
You know, for just $2 a month, you could have Bank of America right in your pocket. That's right, because for just $2 a month, you can get the Bank of America all-in-one checking plan. And that gets you all these convenient services. All the checks you can write with no minimum balance to maintain, and no extra charge for having them personalized. You'll get the Time Saver Statement. Makes balancing your checkbook a lot easier. With approved credit, you'll receive a Bank AmeriCard, the most accepted credit card throughout the world. And Bank of America's Courtesy Check Guarantee Card, probably the best check cashing ID you can carry. You get instant cash, Bank of America's overdraft protection, so you never have to worry about bouncing a check. And all the Bank of America traveler's checks you need with no service charge. That's the all-in-one checking plan from Bank of America. It really is like having Bank of America right in your pocket for just $2 a month. And it's another reason more Californians depend on Bank of America than on any other bank. Bank of America, member FDIC.
Our spotter, Al Wistard, enjoying Johnny Boudreau's rendition of Hail to the Victors, the Michigan fight song. But now it's to Los Angeles, and the Rams football first down and at their own 30, leading 28-16 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Jaworski gives to McCutcheon, sweeping right, has a block on the corner, is 30, 35, and dumped hard at the 36 as Greg Hartle, the middle linebacker, rode him down from behind. McCutcheon carrying again, and he's got 5 yards plus. Mack and Bryant through the blocks. At the 36, he'll give him 6 yards. 2nd and 4. McCutcheon now 134 yards rushing in this game, 24 attempts. The 134 yards represents Lawrence's 5th best effort as a Ram. His all-time high, 152. He did it twice. Back split, Scribner and McCutcheon on 2nd and 4. Jaworski's going to throw. Plants, pumps, throws to this side. Caught by Jesse and out of bounds at the 47 with a first down. Jesse leaping high in the air to two-hand it before he fell out of bounds. Dick, another great catch by Jesse. It's just amazing. You just like he's got glue, like a big magnet going up there. He has just got great hands. Jesse in the first half had 3 catches, so that makes it 4 for him. They're playing him, give him the short pass, but not the long one. McCutcheon on the handoff and first down, gets across the 50 to the 48-yard line, and appeared to have even more, but couldn't quite make the cut outside. Pete Barnes wrapped him up on the tackle, but McCutcheon gets the ball into St. Louis territory at the 48-yard line, so that's 5 more for Lawrence McCutcheon. 25 carries for him. It appears if Lawrence stays healthy that he's going to set a new record, although it won't count, and since this is not a regular season game, as a Ram rusher. But he's been the busy man, and he has delivered. Rams lead 28-16. Good block on that last play. Rich Saul to center. 3:50 left in the third quarter. Scribner and McCutcheon in an eye. McCutcheon again off right tackle, and he's hit after just a yard gain this time. Got only to the 47 as Charlie Davis, the left tackle from TCU, right there to meet the play. So it'll be third down as McCutcheon, losing his helmet in the process, puts it back on as he walks back to the huddle, and the clock runs 3:35 left in the third period. Rams 28, St. Louis 16. The winner meets Dallas, Minnesota victor tomorrow. Pittsburgh beat Baltimore 28-10. A misleading score. It was much closer than that. Jesse to the right, Jackson to the left. 3rd and 4 from the St. Louis 46. Jaworski will throw. He plants. He looks. He throws to the side. Complete, and then, incomplete. McCutcheon had it for a moment, and he was drilled by Larry Stallings. Just jarred the ball away, and Jaworski threw that one perfectly as McCutcheon was double-teamed. Got the ball to Lawrence, but it would have taken a Herculean effort for anyone to hang on to that football with a pop that McCutcheon absorbed. So the Rams will have to punt it. Ball at the 46 of St. Louis. The Cardinals defense has been tough. Rams 2 of those 4 touchdowns on pass interceptions. Terry Metcalf, solo safety at the 10. 10 men will rush the kicker, Dwayne Carroll, who averaged in the first half just 29 yards a punt. This is his 4th kick of the game. Both lines are set with Capoletti calling the signals. Cardinals were almost offside, but the Rams didn't snap the ball. There's the snap, and the kick is away. High and short. Metcalf will let it bounce at the 15, but the whistle sounding, apparently no play. Too much time taken by the Rams. Delay of game, so they have to kick it over again. That was a split second. The Rams just exceeded the 30 seconds and will take a 5-yard penalty back to their own 49-yard line.
Now there's a case of how things can go either good or bad for you. Had the ball been snapped, they could have been offsides, and the Rams would have had the first down. Now they get the delay of game, and that is their 4th for 33 yards so far in this game today.
And that'll give Metcalf perhaps another chance to return one, and that's what the Cardinals would like. Gary Hammond joins Metcalf. Hammond on the near side, Metcalf on the far side. 9 men on the line of scrimmage for St. Louis. Carroll will take the snap at the 35. Line of scrimmage is the Ram 49. There's the snap, and the kick is away. That's his best kick of the day. A spiral coming down to Metcalf. Well, he fumbles the ball, but he picks it up, and then he's hit at the 15-yard line. Jim Youngblood secured Metcalf, who fumbled it. The ball came right back up to Metcalf, fortunately for the Cardinals, and they maintained possession at the 15, and Metcalf could get to his feet. Youngblood had crumpled him down. Timeout, 2:58 remaining in the third quarter. The score, Rams 28, Cardinals 16.
Fans, your car can't deliver the economy it's really capable of if it's not in top running condition. No matter if you drive just a little or a lot, it'll pay to have a car checkup at your Standard station or Chevron dealer. It's another way car care the Chevron way is the economy way. Your Chevron Standard man can recommend if your car's engine needs a tune-up. He can check your car's air, oil, and gasoline filters. And if it's time for an oil change or chassis lube, have your Chevron Standard man take care of it for you. While you're there, he can inspect your car's windshield wiper blades, fan belt, and radiator hoses. And for safety's sake, have your Chevron Standard man check your car's tires and shock absorbers. If any of these parts are faulty, you'll be glad to know that all Standard stations and most Chevron dealers carry quality Atlas replacement parts to fit most cars. So no matter how much driving you do, make plans to visit your Standard station or Chevron dealer for a car checkup. It'll help you get economy and driving peace of mind. Another reason why car care the Chevron way is the economy way. St. Louis football at the Cardinal 15-yard line. Of course, at this time of the year, playoffs are a lot of statistics and records, and Lawrence McCutcheon has set a perhaps insignificant one, but nevertheless a record for an NFC playoff game is 141 yards today. Better than old mark set by Dwayne Thomas against the Lions in 1970 when Thomas was with Dallas. But meanwhile, score 28-16 late in the third quarter. The Rams with the lead, and Hart and the Cardinals have the football, and Hart is back to his own 5-yard line. He's being chased by Youngblood, and he's sacked at the 2-yard line. Jack Youngblood, a phenomenal game. Jim Hart, who was sacked only 8 times in 14 regular season games, but he couldn't get away from that hound who plays the left end position of the Rams, Jack Youngblood, who has been all over the field for the Rams today. Youngblood's 15th sack of the season. Merlin Olsen comes out as the Rams use an extra linebacker. They give Hart progress to the 4. He was tackled at the 2. Big play by Youngblood. 11-yard loss, 2nd and 21. Hart has Jones and Otis with him in the backfield, and they're both lined up in the end zone, now in an eye. Hart looking at that Rams defense, and he gives to his tailback Jones, who gets to the 5, and that's all. Jim Youngblood there to shoulder down the ball carrier, Steve Jones. It'll be 3rd and 20 for St. Louis with 2:10 left in the third quarter. I guess if a coach could dream for the nicest thing to happen to him in a football game, it would be a first down sack of the opposing quarterback, because that first down is so critical. You lose it down and you lose yardage. The Rams loosen their pass defense on 3rd and 20. Hart under center. Will he gamble with big yardage yet? No, he gives on a draw up the middle. Goes Jones to the 10, the 15. He's to the 20. He spins to the 20, and he's down there. Elmendorf made the tackle along with Monty Jackson. And, of course, the Rams gave that draw play 15 yards, but it's still 4th down and 5, and the Cardinals will have to kick. Youngblood and company get the hand. Jeff West drops back into punt formation. The line of scrimmage is the 20 of St. Louis. 10 men will rush the kicker with Elmendorf alone at the 40. No, now the Rams give a new look, and they drop 4 men off that line of scrimmage. West waits for the snap at the 5-yard line. There it is, right on the letters, and his kick is away. High floating kick. It's to Elmendorf at the 38. Oh, as he had fumbled the ball, but it's picked up by Rod Perry at the 35, still on his feet, and now he is smothered by several Cardinals. So Rod Perry alertly picked up that fumble as Elmendorf gambled on fielding that punt just as a Cardinal man was on top of him. It was Dwayne Crump, and Crump forced the fumble, was injured in the process, but did a great job for the Cardinals. No, it was not Crump who was hurt. He goes off, and the injured St. Louis Cardinal being helped off is number 30, Gary Hammond. 44-yard kick. Ball at the 37 of the Rams, thanks to Rod Perry, who kept his eye on the football. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. The Rams lead 28-16. But they once led 21-0. And the Cardinals have scored the last 10 points. Jaworski at quarterback. James Harris unable to
start today. That right shoulder still sore. Jaworski gives to McCutcheon, and McCutcheon gets a couple as he chips forward to about the 40-yard line. See where they place the football. If it's the 40, then McCutcheon has 3 more. And we'll give him for the day 144, just 8 shy of his all-time best as a Ram. And with each yard that he gains, he sets a new NFC playoff record. He's already bettered Dwayne Thomas's mark of 135. Credit Yankowski and Rowe on the right side of the line for the Cardinals with that last tackle, 2nd and 7. Terry Nelson pulled off his stance. Now he gets back, and now Jaworski to throw, and he's throwing long down the middle for Nelson. Almost intercepted. Broken up nicely by Clarence Duran, who played that long pass to the tight end very well. And now Jaworski to throw, and he's throwing long down the middle for Nelson. Almost intercepted. Broken up nicely by Clarence Duran, who played that long pass to the tight end very well. And Nelson, who was almost offside, anticipating his deep pattern straight down the field, might have pulled something. He's limping as he goes back to the huddle. Of course, the Rams do not have another legitimate tight end, and Nelson is limping. Bob Klein gone for the year. Nelson, the only other tight end. Dennis Hara and Doug France can serve that capacity as blockers, but are not regarded as a pass receiver. And Rick Kay is the other emergency tight end. 3rd down, 7 from the 40 of the Rams. 3 seconds left in this 3rd quarter in the Coliseum. McCutcheon and Bryant split behind Jaworski. Jackson left, Jesse right, and Jaworski will throw. He plants, he looks, he throws far side. Great catch by Harold Jackson at the 43. He one-handed the ball in traffic. The 3rd quarter comes to an end on a spectacular catch by Harold Jackson with 2 Cardinals, one of them Roger Worley, all over Jackson. He leaped high and speared that ball. Really had to control it with one hand. And it's a 1st down for the Rams at the Cardinal 42-yard line as we go to the final 15 minutes of regulation play. After 3 quarters, the score, Rams 28, St. Louis 16.
When you say bud, you've said a lot of things nobody else can say.
A lot of things. Like the kind of pride that won't accept compromises with quality. The kind of pride that's made Budweiser the king of beers. The kind of pride that gives Budweiser a taste that speaks for itself. Hear it talking?
When you say bud, you say you care enough to only want the king of beers.
The largest selling beer in the world. And believe me, you can taste why.
When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
Here at the Coliseum, the final 15 minutes of 1975 for somebody, either the Rams or the St. Louis Cardinals. As the scoreboard shows, Los Angeles 28, the St. Louis Cardinals 16. We're going to pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
The UCLA Bruins take on the Ohio State Buckeyes right here on KMPC Los Angeles New Year's Day. Hi, I'm Jeff Edwards. I'm going to be doing my show prior to the game from the Rose Bowl, along with Robert W. Morgan and Pete Smith, with interviews from the crowd. So join us for all the action starting at 9 a.m.
The 4th and final quarter of regulation play, and Terry Nelson limping out of the huddle. He has to play. And Jaworski on 1st down gives to McCutcheon, sweeping to the right, breaks 1 tackle, and then he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage by Larry Stallings, the veteran left side linebacker. Bob Bell slowed him down, and McCutcheon really had no control as he was pinned by Stallings. A loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. And Nelson again, very slow coming back into the huddle. Cullen Bryant brings in a play from the sidelines. After 3 quarters, the unofficial statistics, Rams total 337, and St. Louis gained 262 yards, a 75-yard distance, but very close statistically. It's the 2 pass interceptions for touchdowns that have the Rams in front. Jackson left and Jesse right. Jackson's spear of a catch in heavy traffic giving the Rams a new series of downs. McCutcheon on a draw trying to get outside. He does 45-40, gets a block. He's at the 35, the 33, maybe the 32, close to a 1st down. key block, and so did Harold Jackson. Larry Stallings made the tackle. Let's see where they ruled McCutcheon went down. At the 33, McCutcheon gets 10 yards, and that'll put him right near his all-time record as a Ram. 153 yards for McCutcheon. That is his best ever as a Ram. Out of the huddle from the Rams. Now McCutcheon would like to get at least one more. It's third and a long one as Hera and Nelson bookend the line. Jesse, the only wide man to the right, and he's in tight. It's a fumble. Jaworski hangs on to it, but then has to eat it. Fumbles it again, and he's got it at the 35. There's a scramble at the 35-yard line. The Cardinals say they have it, and they do. Jaworski fumbled the snap from center. It looked as if that was going to be a sweep to the left by Jaworski, the same play that he scored on to open the game. But in his eagerness to get away from center Rich Saul, he was too far away from the snap, fumbled it. He still picked it up, but then fumbled it again as he was wrestled down at the 35. So the Rams have lost another opportunity to get at least three. And the Cardinals, as the giveaway takeaway starts to even up. The Rams had 4 big turnovers on their side in the first half, and suddenly it's the Cardinals taking advantage. I believe now the count is 4 for the Rams and 3 now that the Cardinals have taken over either by fumble or pass interception. Don?
Rams football is brought to you by Continental Airlines. When Continental moves its tail to Chicago, it has its advantages for you, like 5 non-stops plus wide-body DC-10 service. Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail.
Credit Charlie Davis, defensive tackle, with recovering that last fumble. And a big play for the Cardinals because they have kept the Rams within striking distance. A field goal would force the Cardinals to score more than 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter. Now 2 touchdowns and the extra point could win it. Interesting statistic. Ron Grossman has been calculating the success of each team on first down. The Rams in this game have averaged 9 yards on first down. The Cardinals, good enough, 6.3. The Cardinals have the football with 13 and a half minutes left in the game. They've denied the Rams once again. And let's see what Jim Hart has up his sleeve. The 6'1", 210-pounder from Southern Illinois, last year's NFC Most Valuable Player. Has Gray to the right. Ike Harris comes in tight on the left side. Metcalf and Jones are the running backs. Kane, the tight end, to the right of Hart. He's going to throw. 5 men in the pattern. No pressure. Now he throws downfield. It's going to be caught at the 50, rolling to the 48-yard line as Metcalf with a first down. He was covered downfield by Jack Reynolds, but it's a first down for the Cardinals as Metcalf out of the backfield and angling toward the far sidelines on Hart with a perfect throw under pressure. And Merlin Olsen leaping in front of him. Cody Jones was in there too. And Metcalf with good hands to make that catch as a first down at the Ram 47-yard line, and the Birds are flapping their wings again. Here they come. Less than 13 minutes left in the game. Rams 28, St. Louis 16. At the Ram 47-yard line. Both wide receivers to the right. Harris in the slot with Gray far right. Kane on the left side. Hart gives up the middle to Otis. Otis at the 35, 45, and all the way to the 41-yard line before he's tripped up by Merlin Olsen, with Simpson securing the stop. But good gain on first down of about 6. Make it closer to 7 yards. It'll be second and a long 3 as Metcalf, rested for 1 play, comes back into the St. Louis huddle. The clock shows 12:18 left in regulation play. Rams 28, St. Louis 16. The Rams have not scored in the second half. The Cardinals have. A touchdown from Hart to Gray. The first possession, and Hart is back to throw, and he is looking long. Flag is down. The long pass incomplete, intended for Ike Harris, and I believe the Cardinals were caught holding. Here's the signal. Yes, sir, holding St. Louis. Ike Harris going deep down the left sidelines and was well covered by Monty Jackson. The pass was out of bounds anyway, but more importantly, the Cardinals will have to absorb a 10-yard mark-off, which will take the ball back on the St. Louis half of the field to the 49-yard line. 12 minutes on the nose remaining in the game. Dan Deerdorf was detected holding. That provokes a chuckle from some fans watching closely the line play, because it appears Dobler, the man next to Deerdorf, has done a little of that all day against Olsen, and Deerdorf's the one who gets caught. 10 yards. 60 yards in penalties against St. Louis, 5 calls. Gray to the right, and to the left is Ike Harris of Iowa State. Jackie Smith tight end to the right. Backs are well split behind Hart. Back he goes on 2nd and 13. Good pressure. Now he throws down this side for Gray. Too short. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Gray making a spinning move. He had McMillan and Priest right on him. So the Rams sandwich the deep threat of the Cardinals. Mel Gray and Fred Dryer applied enough pressure on Hart that he had to unload.
And I think it was that time, as the Rams sent a couple of linebackers blitzing that time to put the added pressure on Hart. They had the linemen stunning, the linebackers there coming shooting through, and it was Hart who really had to unload. He missed badly that time. And you were so right before, as you stated, that he has not really had that much pressure. When he does have the pressure, why, he will dump it. Here come the Cardinals with a score, 28-16. The Rams lead, 3rd down, 13 from the 49 of St. Louis. Harris left, Gray right, Kane the tight end on the right side, Otis and Jones behind Hart. Back goes Hart, he's under pressure, and they've got him at the 36-yard line. The Rams have their 2nd sack. This time it's Fred Dryer. Now Hart, who was sacked 8 times all year, tastes that bitter pill for the 2nd time in this game. One by Jack Youngblood, one by Fred Dryer. And the play of those 2 defensive ends, it was so outstanding in the win over Pittsburgh, and they followed it up today in this playoff encounter, as you just couldn't ask 2 men to play a better football at their position than Jack Youngblood of Florida and Fred Dryer of San Diego State. Of course, Dryer played for St. Louis coach Don Coryell when they were both with the Aztecs. Those 2 men have just been standouts for the Rams. 10 men on the line of scrimmage with Elmendorf staring into the setting sun, standing back at the Ram 20. The snap is to West. He kicks the ball from the 26, and he hits a good one. Floats down to Elmendorf. The fair catches the ball this time, and is run into by Tim Gray. But Gray was trying to stop. He was trying to stop. He skidded and bumped Elmendorf just a hair, and not enough to provoke a penalty call. Gray indeed was trying to stop. 39-yard punt, no return, and Elmendorf wisely called for that fair catch because no one had picked off Gray, who came downfield cleanly. Timeout. 11:28 left in the game. Score, Rams 28, St. Louis 16.
We'll show you.
I fly to Chicago once a week, and even I forget the schedule.
Continental has a schedule you can't forget.
We'll show you.
Sure, I need convenient schedules, but I'm a big guy, so I also need room.
You'll find it on Continental's wide-body DC-10s.
We'll show you we really move our tail for you.
Only Continental Airlines to Chicago gives you all wide-body non-stop flights every 3 hours during the business day at 9 a.m., noon, 3, and 6 p.m., plus a late-night non-stop. Fly Continental, and we'll show you the best of times.
To Chicago, only Continental gives you the best of times and a coach pub. Call your travel agent or Continental and ask for a pub flight.
On Continental Airlines, we'll show you. We really move our tail for you.
11 minutes and 28 seconds left in this game. The Rams have a 12-point lead, 28-16, and have the football at their own 24-yard line. Ron Jaworski, the brilliant young quarterback, how he is filled in for the injured James Harris, barks him out. He spins and gives to his man, McCutcheon, at the 20 to 25. McCutcheon is to the 30-yard line, and McCutcheon reels off 6 more yards. That gives him 159 yards today on his 30th carry. 30 carries for McCutcheon as he approaches a Ram record, although, as we indicated, not a regular season game, so it will have an asterisk. But Ollie Matson, with 31 carries, is the only man to ever wear a Ram uniform to haul the ball more in one game than McCutcheon has in this one. Less than 11 minutes left at 2nd down and 4 at the 30-yard line. Jackson left and Jesse right. Nelson, the injured tight end on the right side. Jaworski gives to McCutcheon again, sweeping to the left at the 30. He's outside at the 35. He's to the 38-yard line. McCutcheon ties Ollie Matson's mark on his 31st carry, and he reels off another good game. Rob Scribner and Harold Jackson through the blocks. McCutcheon has 168 yards. Roger Worley made the stop from right corner. More importantly, the Rams have 4 more downs in which they can chew up time. 10:25, 10:24, 10:23 left. both sidelines and the crowd watching that electronic monster closely, and the Rams are able to use it to their advantage at the moment. Jesse left and Jackson right. Tight end Nelson to the left is Jaworski. McCutcheon at fullback, and it's Bryant at right half, and Jaworski's going to throw. Flag is down. Pass is complete to Bryant at the 40. He's tackled at the 45, but I believe the Rams were guilty of a hold. Larry Stallings made the tackle. The penalty flag down at the line of scrimmage. Personal foul. It's against St. Louis. Bob Bell apparently with an illegal arm slap as he rushed the passer. So the Rams will take the play and the penalty. They get both. So give Jaworski the completion plus 15 all the way to the St. Louis 40-yard line. So with 10 minutes and 2 seconds left, Bob Bell, the defensive left end, hammering his way in against the blocker. I believe it was John Williams that he hit. And that cost 15 yards tacked on the end of the completed pass.
It was Williams and Bell who were going at it a little while ago, and I think there's just a carryover, Dick.
First down at the St. Louis 40. The Rams would like to get at least a field goal out of this drive. 10 minutes left in the game. They give up the middle. McCutcheon, a good hold. Fumble the ball at the 36. Who's got it? St. Louis says they have, and if they do, they've stopped the Rams again in St. Louis territory. It's a big pileup. No signal yet by the officials as they carefully unpile men from both sides, and one of the Rams down there trying to dig and scrape and pull it away. Who's got it? They finally get to the last two men. Is it a white jersey or a blue jersey that has it? You'll hear a roar if it's a Ram recovery. There'll be basic silence if it's St. Louis. What's the signal? St. Louis. Boy, there was some real scratching for the ball underneath, and the Cardinals' Bob Rowe was able to recover. So the Rams suddenly having trouble hanging on to the football. They fumbled 3 times in this second half as McCutcheon, as he was racing through a big hole, somebody just stripped it away, just picked it out of his hand from the side, and it was Bob Rowe did it. So the Cardinals see the Rams move downfield but fumble again, and with 9:57 left, the defense of the Rams called upon once again to stop Jim Hart. Final Bluebonnet, Texas 38, Colorado 21. Both wide receivers to the right, Gray and Harris. Wide split, Metcalf and Otis behind Hart. The give is to Metcalf up the middle. They corral him. He fumbles the ball. It's loose, and Metcalf recovers his own fumble at the 36-yard line. Metcalf down on the ground was able to reach out with one hand and draw the ball back into his own grasp. After he had fumbled, no one really hit him. He just lost the ball trying to make one of those tricky moves. Isaiah Robertson was the closest Ram at the 36-yard line, no gain. 2nd and 10, the clock runs. 9.5 minutes left in the game as Geddes comes out, and the Rams choose Steve Priest as a 5th defensive back. Hart sets his line. Gray right, Harris left, tight end Jackie Smith. Jones and Otis the setbacks. Hart a long count with 9:15 left in the game. Hart has trouble holding the snap. Puts it out in the right flat to the tight end Smith, who was tackled immediately for a loss by Dave Elmendorf. Elmendorf came sprinting up from strong safety to hit Smith as he caught the ball, and it is a loss of a yard back. Well, let's see. They may have gotten it back to the 36. They did call it no gain. So it is 3rd and 10 from the 36-yard line. 8:49. The clock continues to run. 3rd down. Cardinals have been more successful than the Rams. Cardinals 5 out of 11. Rams have converted 2 of 8. Big 3rd down with 8:35 left in the game. Harris to the right, Gray to the left. Rams with the 5 defensive backs. Metcalf not in there. Jones and Otis both in the pattern as Hart retreats to throw. He's got time. He throws out of the backfield. Incomplete at the 41-yard line to Steve Jones. On the coverage was Isaiah Robertson, and the Rams defense has held. Youngblood applied pressure on Hart, and the defense gets still another ovation. Oh, how sweet that must sound to those Rams players as they stop Hart and the Cardinals with 8:25 left in the game. Scribner, Elmendorf back at the 20. Rams have to be alert for the possible fake punt now with time running out on St. Louis. West waits at his own 21. There's the snap. He is going to kick and does. And it's a good high kick. Fair catch. Elmendorf takes it at the 29-yard line, and the Rams have the ball again. So the Rams have fumbled a couple of times late in this game, but have been able to call upon that rugged defense to hold St. Louis. The Cardinals with 16 points. That is a lot against this Rams defense. The Rams lead 28-16, and here's Big D. Rams football is brought to you by Chevrolet. First impressions are on Chevy Chevette. That is Chevrolet's new kind of American car, and they're highly complimentary. Road and Track magazine said, keep in mind that it's a small car. The Chevette interior is marked by considerable roominess. See Chevette at your Chevy dealer. Dick, I can't help but stop and think of the words of, I think, one of the fine broadcasters throughout the country as he was talking this morning on the radio, Lindsey Nelson, when he said he thought the game would be played and maybe decided in the pits. And I would have to think that, boy, this afternoon, you just take away everything else and look at those two lines. They talk about the offensive line for the Cardinals. You've got to give a lot of credit to the Ram offensive line. They have played absolutely super this afternoon. Both clubs, defense on both sides, they have played well. That has really been, they call that a pit. You can put those three letters right there in capitals, because that has really been some kind of a pit or a trench down there this afternoon. And in playoff action, Don, it helps the Rams to have the men with the experience of Joe Schiavelli and Tom Mack at those guards. Saul, although young, experienced at center. John Williams, he's been an unsung player throughout this season at right tackle, has done a solid job all season long. And today, Doug France at left tackle for the injured Charlie Cowan. He started the game, as did Ron Jaworski, who has handled that offense very well. Jackson to the left and Jesse to the right. Rams trying to hang on to that football with 8:18 left. Give to Bryant up the middle. He's got a hole, but is he hit at the 31-yard line by middle backer Greg Hartle. And so the Cardinals, nothing to hold back for now except next July and summer camp. You might as well pop with all you have. And Hartle threw that kind of tackle into Cullen Bryant as he jarred him hard, but Cullen hangs onto the football and gains a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when you think a lot of those clubs like the Cardinals, they'll be down there around in Missouri somewhere, you know it's going to be awful hot. And they would just like to play one more game in cool weather. The Rams would like to keep the heat on them with 7:45 left in the game. 2nd and 8. Jaworski, play action fake. He's going to throw the ball. Completes it to McCutcheon, 35. McCutcheon at the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. And that'll be a first down. Meanwhile, Doug France and Pete Barnes have a little tete-a-tete. No, it's not Barnes. It's Bob Rowe. Bob Rowe and Doug France have a tete-a-tete, and the officials quickly move in and break that up. Pete Barnes was the man who pushed McCutcheon out of bounds in front of the Rams bench, but McCutcheon on that little swing pass, little delay in the left flat, has the first down. 7:36 left. 12 for 20 for Ron Jaworski, who started the game with a 50% completion average. He's completed passes for 203 yards today. Jaworski brings his team out of the huddle. 7:36 left. Jesse left and Jackson right. McCutcheon, the workhorse, setting a new Ram record for most carries in a game. Lined up behind Jaworski. It's McCutcheon again, sweeping to the right. Cuts back at the 40. Has a little hold to the 45, and down he goes. And another hard hit by Greg Hartle, H-A-R-T-L-E. 6'2", 225 middle backer from Newberry, South Carolina College. He has beaten out Mark Arneson at that middle backer position. So for McCutcheon, who has carried more than any Ram ever, which is a remarkable comment in a single game, in that you look down the list of the Youngers and Towlers, V.T. Smiths, and the Ron Wallers, and all the rest. Ollie Matson has now carried 33 times, 174 yards at 2nd down and 7 at the 45 with 6:56 left in the game. Jaworski hands off this time to Scribner, hit at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes at the 46-yard line. Ron Jankowski slashing in from his defensive end position, made a good solid hit on Scribner. And true to the Coryell image, the coach of the Cardinals, his team hitting harder perhaps now, Don, than they have the entire game. They're really attacking voraciously and viciously. Well, you know, Dick, it's kind of like just as each club has their last breath, and the Cardinals right now are trying to take that last gasp out of the Rams because they're down to theirs as far as the points are concerned. They need the ball. 28-16 the score, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Ball at the Ram 46, and Jaworski, play action fake, is going to throw. Plants throws out of the backfield, complete to McCutcheon, drops the ball, recovers it, incomplete pass. He did not have possession, says the official. At the 49 of St. Louis, it would have been very close to a first down. That pass does two things for St. Louis. 1 brings up 4th and 6, and the Cardinals are going to get the ball. 2 stops the clock, and they're going to need every one of those they can down the stretch. 28-16 the score. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left. Of course, the clock will be stopped as soon as the Cardinals end this next play. Change of possession. Mel Gray is the deep man for the Cardinals inside the 15. 10 men on the line of scrimmage, and here they come. Carroll's kick is away. Wobbly boot toward the near sidelines and goes out of bounds around the 24 of St. Louis. That's right, on the 24-yard line. So no return for the Cardinals as Carroll aimed it out of bounds.
30-yard kick.
I was going to say, I don't know what's wrong with Terry Metcalf. He's got to be a little ouchy out there, but I know Gary Hammond, he is out for the day because he's over on the sideline and his arm is in his sling. He's still in uniform, but he will watch from now on out. He hurt himself down here on a punt return, I believe, when he ran into, who was it down here, Elmendorf, down here along the Rams sideline a little while ago when they helped him off the field. So he's through for the day. The winner this afternoon will play next Sunday, so they'll have an extra day's preparation time and healing time. And if Dallas beats Minnesota, that would be an upset in Minnesota tomorrow, that game would be here in the Coliseum next Sunday. If Minnesota, as expected, is victorious over the young Cowboys, then the winner of this game will play at the Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. 6 minutes and 4 seconds left. That's it. 12 points the difference in the game. Done. Rams football is brought to you by Bank of America. Even the most careful budget can prepare you for the roof that springs a leak or the car battery that fails. But Bank America can help you pay for some of life's unpleasant little surprises. Once again, that is Bank America. Thus far in the game, the Rams have denied the Cardinals the big bomb. That's something that was in the plan. Hart has been sacked twice. He has Otis and Steve Jones in the backfield with him, with Harris right and Mel Gray to the left, and Hart's going to throw. Back he goes. He's got time. Throws over the middle. Almost intercepted. He is intercepted on a deflection. Bill Simpson at the 40. Simpson at the 45. And that could do it. The Rams have their third interception today as Bill Simpson picks off his second, and it was Youngblood who applied the pressure. The pass intended for Mel Gray. Jack Reynolds tipped the ball. It was Reynolds who made the play, tipped it downfield, and Simpson then caught it off his fingertips and returned to the 36-yard line of St. Louis. Third interception for the Rams, and they have the ball in Cardinal territory at the 36-yard line. Boy, they've done a good job of pressuring Hart all day. Now, Jaworski says, hang on to the football, men. Simpson, who had 6 interceptions during the regular season, comes up with 2 today and 1 for a touchdown. Give to McCutcheon. Sweep left. Cut back. 35. He's to the 30. Sidesteps and goes out of bounds at the 28. Lawrence McCutcheon. Lawrence of Los Angeles approaching that 200-yard mark in this game. Doug France and Cullen Bryant, a couple of youngsters, throwing the key blocks in the left corner, and Hartle and Duran made the play. But McCutcheon did some fancy dancing along the near sidelines to gain 8 more, and now has 182 yards rushing today. That would be a new NFC playoff record. And he's carried the ball well. He's going to set a real record as a Ram. He's approaching 40 attempts today. Double wing for the Rams. Scribner and Nelson left, both wide receivers to the right. McCutcheon lined up in back of Jaworski on 2nd and 3. It's McCutcheon again. Sweep left, 30, cuts back. He's to the 26, and he's pinned there close to a first down by 3 Cardinals. Ken Reeves came up from strong safety to make the first contact. And each time McCutcheon is hit, you just hope that he's able to roll back on his feet, and he does, and slowly goes toward the huddle as Dennis Harrah comes in, and then we'll have a timeout for a measurement with 5:43 left in the game. Reeves, who made that last tackle from Norfolk State, of course, was a star with the Atlanta Falcons for many seasons. It is just short of the first down as Schiavelli supervises that measurement. The Rams in this spot earlier in the second half. Jaworski fumbled trying to run on a sweep. And another time, almost in the same spot on the field, McCutcheon fumbled. It is certainly within field goal range for Tom Dempsey. But more importantly, the Rams would like to get another first down and keep using that time. 5:39, the clock is now running. The Rams come out of the huddle with Harrah bookending on the left side and Nelson on the right side. Jesse, the only wide man, he's to the left.
third down and inches from the 26 of St. Louis. 10-9 Cardinals on the line of scrimmage. Jaworski diving over the middle. He falls at the 25, and that'll be a first down. Jaworski just lurching back and then diving over right guard Joe Schiavelli. First down, Los Angeles. That's a big first down. 4 more downs for the Rams, and the clock will run. 5:19, 5:18, 5:17. The Rams will try to come as close to the 30 seconds allotted between plays as they can. Jaworski relays the play to his teammates after it is brought in by Cullen Bryant. Now it's Scribner in there now. Scribner and McCutcheon. To the left, Jesse, Jackson right. Cardinals now are going to play for the run. It figures the Rams will stay on the ground now. From the 25 of St. Louis, Jaworski's going to pass. That is a surprise. Plants, he throws for Jackson, incomplete at the goal line. So the Rams tried to win it right there as Jackson isolated one-on-one against Norm Thompson. The pass was a little low, and Jackson couldn't get down that low to pick it off. Well, that's a surprise. The Rams have perhaps played more wide-open football today than in any game all year.
Well, Dick, we were saying before that there's no need to hold anything back in this kind of a game right here. You don't worry about what somebody's going to see. And I think they just tried to steal it. If they got that right there, just as you said, the Cardinals looking for the run, they just tried to steal it.
You put Jackson one-on-one with any defensive back, and you've got a pretty good chance for a score. Jackson with a 66-yard bomb today, and Jaworski on a fake, and then the reverse to McCutcheon to the right, 25, 20. McCutcheon at the 15, dragged down at the 14. It'll be close to another first down. That's that Statue of Liberty reverse with McCutcheon taking a false step to his left. Jaworski pumping as if to pass, then just handing it off to McCutcheon, who circles behind his quarterback and runs around his own right side. Schiavelli and Bryant with the blocks. It's right on the 15-yard line, and we're going to have a measurement. But give McCutcheon 10 more. 36 carries, 193 yards for Lawrence McCutcheon. Get out that record book. We know that Willie Ellison has the all-time record for the Rams in rushing, and at one time, I believe, at 247 it was, to set an NFL record. It is short of the first down, and will bring up second down in inches. I'm not sure, but there are only a couple other men who are over 200 yards. Yes, Tom Wilson, touchdown Tommy Wilson, had 223 yards in a game against Green Bay in 1956. Dan Towler, 205 yards against Baltimore in 53. So McCutcheon trying to become the fourth Ram to get over the 200 mark. It is third down and inches. Third and inches. I think we'll call it second. Third and inches, so another big third down for Jaworski. Right on the 15 of St. Louis with 4:27 left in the game, and the clock is running. Tight formation. McCutcheon and Scribner behind Jaworski. Again, the quarterback sneak, and he's got it. A big hole off right guard. He goes for 2 yards to the 13. Boy, is that Schiavelli blowing out people. Saul, Schiavelli, and Williams just opening a big hole for a quarterback sneak. You've got to give a lot of credit to that little guy from Youngstown out there, Ron Jaworski, because he has taken some shots this afternoon, a couple of them, as he's gone back to pass and unloaded and taken a couple of shots, but a couple of times, and one in particular, that last one, the last 2 times that he snuck for the first down, he has been rocketed, Dick. He has really been hit. Of course, the Rams with a sore-armed Harris. Rob Scribner would be the quarterback. 3:54, 3:53 left in the game. Jaworski brings his team out of the huddle into a double wing with Bryant and Nelson on the left side. Both wide receivers to the right. That means McCutcheon probably will get the football. He does, right up the middle to the 10, to the 5. He fumbles the ball. Picked up by the Rams. Touchdown. Ron Jesse. Touchdown. McCutcheon got the first 8 yards, was hit at the 5 by Larry Stallings. The ball just jumped out of McCutcheon's hands, picked up by Ron Jesse on the first bounce, and Jesse went prancing into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Rams now have a big lead with only 3:39 left. Ron Jesse with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Here's the try for point. Tom Dempsey out of Jaworski's hole. The Rams lead at 34-16 as Dempsey sights the upright. Both lines are set. DeMarco snap is a bit high, but fielded by Jaworski, and Dempsey pumps one through. It's good. And with 3:39 left in the game, we'll pause for station identification. The score, Rams 35. And the St. Louis Cardinals slowly walking off the field 16. And this is the Golden West Radio Network.
The Rams, for the second straight year, will now play for the NFC Championship next Sunday against either Minnesota there or Dallas here. In either case, you can hear it right here at 710 on your dial, KMPC, Los Angeles.
So it's a 36-yard drive, 7 plays after Simpson's second interception of the game. It is ruled officially a 2-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown for Jesse after McCutcheon ran 11 yards. So give McCutcheon 11 more. Lawrence McCutcheon, ladies and gentlemen, 37 carries, 202 yards today. What a job for Lawrence of Los Angeles in the playoffs. This is going to be the toughest postgame show we've had in a long time. Who do you pick? Now, the Rams, there have been so many stars. Jack Youngblood and Fred Dreyer on defense. Bill Simpson, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. And McCutcheon with his best day ever by 50 yards. His former record was 152. He's gained 202 today as Dempsey tees it up. And it is Jerry Latin who stands deep, and the Cardinals look like a beaten team now. It bounces down to Latin at the 11. He's out to the 15, 20, 25, corralled at the 30, 32. He's down. With 3:29 left in the game, Rod Perry tackles rookie Jerry Latin from Northern Illinois. And the Cardinals have the football. The announcement just given by John Ramsey that McCutcheon has 202 yards today, and that brought still another cheer from the Coliseum faithful. What a job by McCutcheon. That is an NFC record, breaking the former record by 77 yards set by Dwayne Thomas in 1970. The Rams 35, the Cardinals 16, 3:29 left, and the Cardinals will need their best miracle of the year, and they've had a few this season, to pull it out. Jerry Latin and Steve Jones are the running backs, and the quarterback is Hart. He swings it out of the backfield, complete to Jones at the 25, the 30. Jones at the 35. Oh, is he hit at the 40-yard line? Jack Reynolds hacksaws down Steve Jones at the 40. It's short of the first down, 2nd and 2, clock running, 3:13 left. Holy mackerel, that Reynolds came cross field like a runaway bull elephant and just bangs into Jones, and Jones just jumps to his feet, goes back to the huddle. Well, when you tackle them that hard, they almost feel good, I guess. 2:57 left in the game. Clock running. Harris right and Gray left. Metcalf is not in the game. Otis and Jones, the running backs, and back goes Jim Hart. He plants, he throws, it is incomplete, intended for Jones at the Ram 40-yard sideline. Couldn't quite get his hands on it. 2:46 left as the clock is stopped. The Rams using their vaunted defense to take the early lead as they established a 21-0 advantage early in the second quarter with a first touchdown, a time-consuming ground drive of 79 yards with the opening kickoff. Jaworski scoring from 5 yards out. But the next 2 scores on interceptions. Jack Youngblood, 47 yards. Bill Simpson, 65 yards. Those the 2 key plays, the difference in this game. Back goes Hart. He looks. He's under pressure. Ducks under it. Fires complete over the middle to Latin at the 45, the 50, and down he goes at the 49, and he just ducked down with Geddes there to ready to brace and really hit him. So that's a first down at the 49. The clock continues to run. 2.5 minutes left. Cardinals have 3 timeouts left, but they seem in no hurry to get back into the huddle. It's a beaten team. The Rams lead at 35-16. Rams with 26 first downs. The Cardinals have just picked up their 18th. Out of the huddle, Hart slowly walking up behind his center, Tom Banks. Otis and Jones the setbacks. Harris right, Gray left. Back goes Hart to throw. Backpedaling and looking. He throws to the far side. Incomplete. Intended for Jones. He overshot Jones. And a couple of Rams covering well, Elmendorf and Robertson, with 2:05 left in the game, and the clock stopped. Hart today has thrown 33 times. He's completed 18 for 247 yards, but he's had 3 intercepted, and 2 of those went for touchdowns. It's been an aggressive and a very alert Ram defense. The Rams have won so often this year with the defense, and it appears that will be the case again today. Harris to the right. That's not to take a thing away from Ron Jaworski's field generalship and the excellent running of Lawrence McCutcheon. Back goes Hart. He's pressured. He swings it complete to Otis at the 48, the 50, the 45 down the sidelines, 40, 35, and he's hit out of bounds at the 32-yard line by Bill Simpson as the 2-minute warning is given. Timeout, 1:58 left in the game with a score at the Coliseum. Los Angeles 35, St. Louis 16.
Here's an important announcement from Chevrolet. Now, through the end of December, your Chevrolet dealer is doing something he hardly ever does at this time of year. He's having a sale, a Monza Town Coupe sale. Right now, Chevrolet is making it possible for you to enjoy special savings on all Monza Town Coupes in stock as of the 1st of December and delivered on or before December 31st. So if you've been thinking about buying a new car after the holiday rush is over, you just might want to consider pushing things up a little to take advantage of this unusual special event. With its formal roofline and dressy interior, the Monza Town Coupe is one of America's more distinguished small cars. You'll look good driving it and feel good about all the extra money you saved on this already sensibly priced car. Get down to your Chevy dealers as quickly as you can. Take advantage of this special opportunity to buy a Chevy Monza Town Coupe. Right now, there's a good selection of sale cars in stock.
1:58 left. The Rams 35, St. Louis 16. The Rams' victory today would put them in the NFC Championship game a week from tomorrow, January 4th, against the winner of tomorrow's Dallas-Minnesota game. If the Vikings win, game will be in Minnesota. But if Dallas wins, the game will be in the Coliseum. We'll give you the ticket information right after this next play. It's first down, St. Louis at the 33. A draw play to Latin to the 30, and he's hit at the 29 by Jack Reynolds, holding his ground. Clock running 1:51, 1:50. The Cardinals have not called a timeout yet. 1:47, 1:46. They're not going to huddle. So we'll wait for that ticket information. There's a confusion, too many backs in there, and finally Otis leaves the field, and now time is called. So with 1:37 left, time called. They're going to respot the ball. It was a yard too far away. It's now down to 29. Clock starts to wind up again. 3 men rushing Hart. Moves back to throw. He looks, he pumps, he throws to this side, complete to Jones, 32, 30, 25, hit by one man to the 20. He's all the way to the 19-yard line with 1:22 left in the game. Cardinals appear as if they're not going to call a time. 1:16, 1:15. And they work without a huddle. And here comes Otis coming in late the other way. Now he gets his helmet put on and strapped. And with 1:05, 1:04 left, Hart's back to throw on first down. Under pressure, dumps it off, complete to Latin at the 20. He's to the 15, the 10, breaks a tackle, gets to the 6-yard line before the Rams can pin him with 54 seconds left. And Hart's going to call time with 52. 52 seconds remaining in the game. The Cardinals have it first and goal at the Rams 6-yard line. Okay, if Dallas beats Minnesota tomorrow, and I would just guess there'll be a few folks out here in the West that'll be rooting for that possibility. If Dallas does beat Minnesota, the game will be in the Coliseum a week from tomorrow. Tickets for that game would go on sale tomorrow. Well, you'll know it's a morning game at 3 in the afternoon. 3 in the afternoon at the Rams box office, 10271 West Pico Boulevard, and the Sports Arena box office. Beginning Monday, tickets would also be available at all mutual agencies in Southern California. So if Dallas wins tomorrow, you can buy your tickets as early as 3 tomorrow afternoon at either the Rams box office at West Pico or the Sports Arena box office. And then on Monday, you can buy your tickets either at those two spots or at all mutual agencies in Southern California. And I'm sure the Rams, to a man, would verbalize their feelings about the crowds the last 2 weeks and how they have been more than inspirational. The crowds have made a big difference. They do, that home field advantage, and the Rams fans certainly with great support in the win against the Steelers last week, and they came out rooting for the Rams against the Birds today. 52 seconds remaining, and then this one is over. The Rams have a commanding 35-16 lead. And they've made the big plays today. 2 interceptions for touchdowns. Another interception by Simpson led to the last Ram touchdown. And Jaworski's first pro touchdown pass was a big one. He found Harold Jackson on a 66-yard play that made it 28-6 in the second quarter. The ball is spotted just inside the 7. First and goal for St. Louis. They have 2 timeouts left. Don't know if Metcalf is hurt, but he's not played in this last series. Latin and Otis are the running backs with Gray wide right. Smith and Harris bookend the line. Hart back to throw. Screens it complete in the left flat at the 10 to the 5 to the 3-yard line. Goes Otis, and he almost fumbled. Tackle made on the far side by Bill Simpson. Oh, as he played a game. Bill Simpson, and Hart uses his second timeout with 44 seconds remaining and goes to visit with his coach across the way, Don Coryell. Coryell, like Chuck Knox in his third season, lost in the first round last year of the playoffs. Rams won in the first round, then defeated at Minnesota. And it seems as if you can almost set your calendar for the Rams on a late December date or January date in Minnesota. Rams hope that won't be the case. They'd like to host the Cowboys. That'd be a nice way to finish the season. The Rams opening the preseason with that impressive 35-7 win over Dallas. And then they were really hit with a big upset on the opening game of the regular season when Dallas beat them 18-7. They'd like to have a chance to win the rubber game. But first, the Cowboys must beat Minnesota. And we all know how tough the Vikings are in the cold. Hart has 289 yards passing, 22 completions in this game. The ball is at the 3, second and goal. 44 seconds remaining, 1 timeout left for the Cardinals. Gray, the only wide receiver in the game. He's to the right. Latin and Otis are the running backs. Hart uses a long count. And he rolls back to pass. Rolling to his right, looking in the end zone. He throws for Latin, incomplete. No flag. Geddes was covering Latin. The pass was misfired anyway. 39 seconds left. 3rd and goal at the 3. In with a play from the sidelines comes Steve Jones. The Rams looking for their 13th win of this year and a step closer to the Super Bowl. After today, 1 more win and they go to Miami. All they wanted was the chance. They've done it with a bruising ground game led by McCutcheon and a great defense. Hart backpedals, looks, well-protected, throws. It is almost intercepted by Merlin Olsen. Olsen retreating toward the goal line like a linebacker. Olsen saw the play develop, and with all the sagacity that comes with 14 years in this league, he drifted back a couple of yards and threw up his arms and batted down a pass, and it appeared that the intended receiver was wide open. J.B. Kane for a touchdown. Could be that's one of those times that Dobler and pushing Olsen around pushed him right back into the pass pattern. I don't know. Mike Marienthal, our spotter, saw it that way. So it's 4th and goal at the 3, and the Rams would like to wrap it up by denying the Cardinals this touchdown. The give is to Jones. He's at the 2, the 1, the touchdown. Steve Jones on a draw play scores as Hart goes to the running game and gets the touchdown with 31 seconds left. That was an interesting call. A lot of players pointing at each other at this game, and that was an interesting call. A lot of players pointing at each other at this game, and this is a time where there are a lot of feelings bruised on that St. Louis side, and the Rams certainly don't want to take any bad licks either. And so there are some verbal challenges being sent back and forth. 11 plays, 68 yards for the touchdown as Steve Jones scores his 3rd touchdown of the year. Worley to hold for Bakken. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So that makes it 35-23, the Rams leading. And 31 seconds left, and everyone will brace themselves now for the onside kick. Again, just as a service to you fans, and I know many of you would, if the game is hosted here a week from Sunday, would want to have your tickets, and the earlier the better as far as seat location. Again, the tickets will go on sale tomorrow at 3 if Dallas beats Minnesota, and you can buy them tomorrow only at 3 at the Sports Arena box office or at the Rams box office, 10271 West Pico Boulevard. Beginning Monday, you can buy tickets at those 2 locations, plus all mutual agencies throughout Southern California. Bakken tees it up, and as he does so, we want to send from our spotters Al Wistert and Mike Marienthal, Jack Pote and Ron Grossman, our statisticians, our engineer Dennis Howard, Lee Jones, who assists us on the post-game show, all of us in the booth, producer Steve Bailey. Let's make it all a great 76. Our bicentennial year, let's hope it's one that marks a very peaceful and good year for all of us and for all you fans who have been with us throughout the year. This will be our last broadcast on the full Rams network. Here's the onside kick, and it is covered by the Rams at the 44-yard line of St. Louis, as ducking in to make that sure recovery was, it appeared to be Scribner, the ever-present Rob Scribner. What a job he has done. Hasn't carried the ball much today. McCutcheon was the workhorse, but when McCutcheon gains over 200 yards, then Scribner and Bryant must have been doing a lot of good blocking in front of him. 29 seconds, that's all that's left. The Cardinals can stop the clock once with a timeout. The Rams just snap that ball to Jaworski and let the Polish rifle cool it. Here they come out of the huddle. Tight formation. Jaworski has that unusual formation the Rams used in this situation with Jesse lined up behind the quarterback. Jaworski takes the snap, falls down, then he is down. Let's see if the Cardinals will take a timeout that would be meaningless. 22, 21, 20. It appears that's going to be the ball game. They show no inclination to call time, so the fans who remain in this crowd of 74,156 can count them down. It's down to 10 seconds. 9 players now congratulate each other. 7, 6. The Rams have won the first round of the playoff. 3, 2, 1. All over. Rams have defeated the St. Louis Cardinals. The final score at the Coliseum. Rams 35, St. Louis 23.
This may surprise you, but America's favorite outdoor activity is not football or baseball or soccer or tennis. It's shopping. More people spend more time away from home shopping than doing just about anything. Whether you're shopping for a winter coat or a gallon of paint or an electric grill or wood paneling for your den, holiday gifts or home appliances or fireplace logs or a genuine black leather 20-zipper motorcycle jacket, you can rely on Bank AmeriCard. Because Bank AmeriCard is the world's most widely accepted credit card. It's recognized in thousands of shops across California, the United States, and all around the world. Bank AmeriCard is safer than carrying cash and lots more convenient, too. If you don't have a Bank AmeriCard, it's easy to get one. Just pick up an application at any Bank of America community office or any store where you can use your Bank AmeriCard. There are no initiation fees or annual dues to pay. Bank AmeriCard, the world's most widely accepted credit card.
We invite you to stay tuned for Rams Report, the program that will take you into the Rams team room for post-game comments from the Rams players who have advanced in the Super Bowl runoff with this victory today. Rams Report follows immediately on this station. The final score again at the Coliseum before 74,156 paid. The Los Angeles Rams 35, the St. Louis Cardinals 23.
Los Angeles Rams football is brought to you by the men along the Chevron Way, who remind you that proper car care now helps avoid expensive repairs later. Car care the Chevron Way is the economy way. By Anheuser-Busch Incorporated Los Angeles, brewers of Budweiser, Michelob, and Busch. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. By Continental Airlines, the proud bird with a golden tail. When you fly Continental, they really move their tail for you. Los Angeles Rams football is also brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet announces a new kind of American car, the new Chevy Chevette. And by Bank of America, offering you a choice of 10 different savings plans. Save with the state's largest bank. More Californians do.